wetin we carry for her.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
I said they never know wetin we carry for body.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìníhùn ló ló lajú.
Ẹyẹ tó lórí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè kó Odùduwà.
Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wa.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe gírí, ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí, ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé, ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀, àwa ní ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá.
Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa máa ní.
Kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé bùgbà yín jẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa máa ní.
À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa máa ní.
News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa máa ní.
Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀mí ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọlọ́lá gbajúmọ̀ mi o, máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀mí, ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé, ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ gbàjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀, àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé, ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ, jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àtúnjàfẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
We bring you up closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o tó ń kan gígo lára ni.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Odùduwà lágbédá ní, òtítọ́ lágbédá ní.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àkìsọ̀dálẹ̀ àkìsọ̀díkẹta.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdúró tán àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia we bring you up closer to your doorstep.
Àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Is around o.
Give us latest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù owó.
ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù owó.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Koikimedia.
IGBOHO, 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 owó baba dami, IGBOHO, Yorùbá nation, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, àwa tí a wà ní ojú amóhùnmáwòrán wa yìí à ń ṣe ayẹyẹ fún bàbá wa Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho. À ń ṣe ìrántí ọjọ́ tí àwọn location 419 wọlé wọn tọ́ta ẹ̀jẹ̀ àdògán àti àwọn yòókù sílẹ̀. Àwa ń gbàdúrà fún yín bàbá Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà pé ẹ pẹ́ ẹ tọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tí ẹ̀ ń kó wa lọ ẹ ò ní ṣubú dànù. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní kẹ́ má padà dé òun lẹ̀ ní dé bá o. Ìgbòho Ìgbòho àwa ẹ̀yà Yorùbá ti ilẹ̀ Òkun àwa ní ọjọ́ kìíní ní oṣù keje ọdún 2023 à ń ṣe ayẹyẹ fún bàbá wa Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà pé ohun gbogbo tí ọ̀tá bàjẹ́ fún yín Ọlọ́run ọba yóò bá yín túnṣe o. À ń fi àsìkò yìí kí yín àti àwọn ìdílé àwọn tó ṣaláìsí nílé yín ní àyájọ́ ọjọ́ títòní bí ọdún kejì sẹ́yìn. À ń fi àsìkò yìí kí gbogbo wọn náà pé lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀gá ògo Olúwa yóò máa tù wọ́n nínú. Lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀gá ògo àwa náà a ò ní dalẹ̀ yín. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí kó wa jẹ̀tẹ̀ ti ṣí wa lójú inú ta ti rí náà rí ohun tí ó yẹ ká ṣe àwa náà wà ní fọ́ ojú inú. Ilẹ̀ Òkun lápapọ̀ láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ tí dé òpin ilẹ̀ Òkun àwa ni à ń ṣe ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ títòní fún ọdún kejì tí àwọn location 419 tí wọ́n wọ ilé yín. Lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀tá ò ní wọlé yín mọ́. Níbi tẹ́ ẹ wà ara ò ní ní yín, ojú ò ní tì yín. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń gbèjà wa nínú ìran Yorùbá tẹ́ ṣí wa lójú inú Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè àwọn tó ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ wọ́n máa tì yín lẹ́yìn. Ipa ayé kan ò ní ká yín torí ipa ayé ìka Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ipa ayé kan ò ní ká yín. A dẹ̀ fi àsìkò yìí náà kí màmá wa tí ó ṣe agbátẹrù àti alátìlẹ́yìn Mrs. Celine. Lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀gá ògo inú yín á máa dùn. Ibi tẹ́ ti ń rí mú lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀tá ò ní mọ̀ bẹ̀. Bákan náà kí gbogbo àwọn màmá wa tó wà níbí àti àwọn bàbá wa lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀gá ògo bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń kó wa jẹ a ò ní bọ́ lọ́wọ́ yín àti àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run kọ̀ọ̀kan tó wà ní àárín wa lónìí láti wá bá a ṣe ayẹyẹ ti ọjọ́ títí òní tá à ń ṣe ìrántí bàbá wa Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho 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 Yorùbá nation Yorùbá nation.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ́ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹ́rù bo lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan ò lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho Òòṣà ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gègèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ń ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho àfikàn pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàrà mòjé ọmọ onílé ọlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn ò ní bomi sànyà wẹ̀sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi rí ńkọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sàn ìyàwó ẹsẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé tí ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ títọ́ domi láéláyé ìtọ́ mi lè domi Sunday Igboho arógun má ti dí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
And a very good afternoon. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé a kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí níbi tí olúkálùkù wa wà. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní Áfíríkà. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní Europe, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní Asia. Mo kí wa ní ibi tí olúkálùkù bá wà because we're all over the world in different places at different time zones. Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè kó dúró tì wá kó wà pẹ̀lú wa as we continue to say that Yorùbá àwa la ní sí àgbẹ̀yìn. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ pẹ̀lú wa ní gbogbo ìgbà. Mo kí àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní first time. Mo kí àwọn tí wọ́n disagree pẹ̀lú wa. At the appropriate time, Yoruba people will line together and fight the same cause. But lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, we are fighting different cause because àwọn kan fẹ́ ṣe politics. Àwa kan lè fẹ́ ṣe politics ní Nàìjíríà mọ́. Tó bá yẹ pa fẹ́ ṣe politics ni a lọ dá political party sílẹ̀, which táwọn kan suggest bóyá àwọn yẹn ṣì máa lọ dá political party tí wọ́n sílẹ̀ wọ́n lè compete pẹ̀lú àwọn 419 politician tí àwa mọ̀ pé kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pé connect pẹ̀lú wọn. There is no way. A ti padà sórí and some are just they are not ready yet. They play politics pẹ̀lú àwọn politicians. They have bastard money with them. Nírú owó tí politician ní. Nigeria is so wealthy that the politician what ti mú gbẹ. So táwọn kan bá ní a máa bára wa fà á, a máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn just like Peter Obi. Peter Obi is also part of them as well. Òun náà ara wọn ni. So but ẹ mọ̀ àwọn kan máa ń fẹ́ play innocent láàrin ara wọn. So they want us to believe that because Peter Obi was also part of Atiku in 2019. Mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, good afternoon. Gbogbo yín máa kí yín dáadáa as we are preparing for the afternoon broadcast. So when people are saying that àlàáfíà ni mo wà bàbá mi Tìámí o, ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. Abiodun Lexi, Ijaya is my name. Mo kí yín bàbá wa ìyá wa Fọlọ́runṣọ́ Ọmọlọ́lá, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi, mo kí àwọn Yorùbá World Media and the rest of every one of us that is with us today. So tá bá ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé look, ẹ kàn ń serve àwọn politicians yẹn ni, and the politician knows that wọ́n mọ̀ pé weak gan, wọ́n mọ̀ pé Nigerians are very weak. As many Nigerians ò rántí kankan mọ́ báyìí o, wọ́n kàn mọ̀ pé yà ń já wọn. Ṣé ń rí giant project tó wà lẹ́yìn mi, òun mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ àbí lọ́sàn-án because a ti wà ní 5 minutes past 12 noon ìyẹn ní UK time, or a lè sọ pé GMT London àbí kò sọ pé England. Tíyàn kan bá sọ fún pọ̀ wà ní UK, ó jẹ́ máa bèrè apá ibi tó wà. Ẹlòmíì lè wà ní outside London tó sọ pọ̀ wà ní UK, even though it's the same thing. Koikimedia ló ń pè bíbá níbi tí a ti máa ń wo nǹkan from different area and different perspective. The broadcast is going to start in just about a few minutes. Mo ṣe ń prepare wa fún broadcast yẹn ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tí ẹ bá wa dá sí níjọ́ Saturday. A dúpẹ́ fún yín. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa kí àjọṣe wa kó má bàjẹ́. mo kí ẹ ní Miami, mo kí yín ní Belgium, mo kí yín ní Australia, mo kí yín ní gbogbo ibi tí olúkálùkù bá wà tó ti ń operate. I am just one out of so many that wants the future. Tí irú project báyìí, àwọn Kogi ni a play video wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Mo kí aunty mi Elena, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Kogi state, mo kí àwọn balẹ̀ Kogi ní tó jẹ́ ti Yorùbá, kò ń ṣe ti Fúlàní o, torí kò sí tó kàn mí pẹ̀lú Fúlàní, they are born bastard. Mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Twitter space mi náà ni. Mo kí yín. Kogi State has 21 local government, has 10 borders tó yípo. Yẹmí Fátókẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo kí gbogbo yín Lagos Island. Mo kí ní Ìtagàràwú. Mo kí náà ní Bodilon tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ mi. Mo kí ní Kòyí. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn olówó wa. Ẹ̀yin kàn ń gbádùn ti yín àbí? Ṣé tó kàn yín? Kò bá bàjẹ́, kò bá má bàjẹ́. Ajaokuta, kí ló dé tó ṣe fail? Ajaokuta Steel, Ajaokuta, kí ló dé tí kò ṣe ṣiṣẹ́? Is it a deliberate act? Is it something that wọ́n mọ̀ pé kó má ṣiṣẹ́? Kí ló dé tí Ajaokuta ò fi ṣiṣẹ́? Tá bá ní Ajaokuta, Ajaokuta, Ajaokuta. We have 2 rivers tó ṣe pàtàkì. Mo kí yàwá mo olúwa kẹ́ olúgẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gọ́ni. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ti Canada. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí. This is Koikimedia Live. A ṣe ń warm up lọ́wọ́ ni. Mo kí àwọn ìyàwó mi, mo kí àwọn ọmọ mi, mo kí àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí tí wọ́n wò pé n tí bàbá ìgbé dání ṣé kò ń ṣe pé wàá máa fi tiẹ̀ disturb wa. Láàrin méjì mo ti bá àwọn ẹbí kan jà sí tó kàn mí nígbà tó ní mò ń forúkọ bàbá mi, mò ń fà sórí rìn pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe. I'm sure pé púpọ̀ nínú wọn nísìn ètò bá wà Nàìjíríà a máa wá bó ṣe máa wá owó tó máa fi sá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Èyí tó dẹ̀ wà níta, I'm sure pé pressure ojoojúmọ́ láwọn tó fẹ́ gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí kò dẹ̀ lówó kankan tó fẹ́ fẹ́ anybody anyway. Torí òun náà ń survive ni. Survival to the fittest ni gbogbo wa àwa tá wà níta. Ìyàtọ̀ kan ni pé a sì lè jẹ oúnjẹ 3 lójúmọ́. Mo kí bàbá wa Dimajek, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Shitu, bàbá mi Joseph, èmi làbúrò gbogbo yín. PD Tọ́pẹ́ Ọlámilékan, mo kí ní Ghana. Ìgbòho ṣà, mo kí ẹ dáadáa àti búra wa láàárọ̀ yìí. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bàbá Akíntóyè, the Oracle, mo kí yín sà. Bàbá mi Ayílóge, mo kí yín dádì. Ẹ̀yin YSDM, mo kí yín ẹ kúṣẹ́ takuntakun láti finance títí dé publicity Ìyálóde. Mo kí yín dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma tẹ̀ ń bẹ ní Nàìjíríà, just reason. Mo kí àwọn tó wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́, torí àwọn kan ti wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́. Àwọn kan ṣe ń jí l'Amẹ́ríkà, ní Canada, àwọn ti Japan. Mo kí gbogbo yín náà lókè lọ́hùn. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ti Malaysia. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ti Liberia. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Libya. Mo kí Daddy Sam l'Amẹ́ríkà. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin akọni ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo máa ṣe program, mo gbọ́dọ̀ tún ní gbogbo àwọn groups yẹn a ní nígbà kan, so mo gbọ́dọ̀ tún make effort láti ní list yín so that kí lè má kí. Mo kí Ìgbòhòdè, mo kí akọni ọmọládé ọmọlúàbí, mo kí ẹ̀yin obìnrin akọni, mo kí ajagun. Mo ní èmi ní mídíà tó máa ṣí yín létí tí wàá máa wo Nàìjíríà báyìí inú á máa bí ẹ lójoojúmọ́. Mo kí GR1. Project tẹ́ ń wò lẹ́yìn mi, it was more than enough láti feed gbogbo wa. a ní láti ṣe kódà a ní láti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n parí project tó ń pè ní Ajaokuta. We won't have tábà ní a fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà bóyá a fẹ́ lọ ṣe more training kan tá fi máa padà sílé. With this Ajaokuta, it was more than enough to feed all Nigerians. Nobody was meant to travel anywhere. But it was not a project that was completed. So let's go straight into it now, and let's first go and play the anthem. And then when I come back, we'll start looking into kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ l'Ajaokuta, kí ló dé tí kò ṣe work, why was it a failed project, and these are reasons why Itafin sọ pé we must get the hell out of this nonsense country called Nigeria. It's not for us. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe, mo kí Kristẹni, mo kí Mùsùlùmí.
Again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà, iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Impediment to Yoruba development. Is the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
And welcome back. Sínú ètò yẹn. A fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ajaokuta Steel that could have been able to feed Nigerians across board. But wọ́n jẹ́ kí project yẹn kó ṣeé ṣe. Kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kogi State ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ní wíìkì yìí. Kogi State has 21 local government. And as we speak right now, a tún máa sọ nípa Kogi State. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ fún pé let us get the hell out of Nigeria before it sink every single one of us. Ó dẹ̀ máa sink wa, because tá a bá refuse pé a fẹ́ lọ, we would then end up being sink like Titanic. And whether you like it or not, the country she might break none. Bukwe boya. So many reasons. Hashem soften èèyàn wa pé Nigeria is not going to work. Those reasons are also with Ajaokuta Steel. We will try to find as much information. Àwọn míì a ṣẹ̀ máa rí lénìí ni, àwọn míì a lè ti rí tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. But I'll try my best to bring whatever we can bring out of Ajaokuta Steel. Ajaokuta Steel will have been able to provide us with so many opportunities to save lives. But because of the selfish interest, the project did not take off. Ṣé Tinubu máa parí Ajaokuta Steel? Let's start with the first headline that I've seen here, and we'll start moving slowly. According to this report, a month ago, by some coalition group, coalition tasked Tinubu on completion of Ajaokuta Steel plant. The coalition said that they were calling on the President Tinubu to fulfill his campaign promise on the Ajaokuta Steel plant. The action for actualization of iron and steel project in Nigeria and the Etiyima Foundation have urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to complete Ajaokuta Steel plant. He said both organizations spoke for the coalition of concerned Nigerians who at the onset had high expectation for the steel plant. But kí ló dé tí steel plant yóò ṣe ṣiṣẹ́? 65 years old Ajaokuta Steel plant was still in the test tube and wanted President Tinubu to keep his campaign. He said that 90% of the skilled staff trained by the federal government were already out of service in retirement. What do we know about these? I picked up some full videos as I was preparing the program. Let's first listen to these. And this is credit to Channels Television. This was a year ago, looking at the potential challenges surrounding revival of Ajaokuta Steel.
Well, to our first conversation for the day, the federal government has allocated 4.2 billion naira to the Ajaokuta Steel.
They keep pumping money into something that is not going to come back up. When you look at 4.2 billion, based on the statistics of the Kwara State former governor Lawal that stole $3.4 million US and kept it at the Cayman Island, we converted that back. That gave us about roughly 3-point-something billion. So when they are talking about 4 billion naira, is approximately about $4 million. What to pump for Rosino Contiko revive. Buhari is here in London now, the bomb bastard. Buhari was going to revive it, but they just use that as the money gimmick as well. What to pump for Rosino? Knowing fully well that Ajaokuta is not coming back, Buhari gave them another 4 billion. That's about $4 million wasted again. Let's listen.
Limited for the year 2022. This was disclosed in the 2022 budget details.
So literally 4 billion was put into the 2022 budget to revive Ajaokuta before Buhari left. But today, Ajaokuta is still not up and running.
Obviously, the follow-up to what the Minister of Mines and Steel Development said in July, that Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited will function to capacity before the end of this administration.
You heard that well, that Ajaokuta will function before the end of administration of the former Fulani President Muhammadu Buhari by injecting 4 billion into a project that failed from the last time they even started it. It failed. Ajaokuta could have made Nigeria a great place today, but Ajaokuta, as so many other projects, failed. So many Nigerians, you should ask why Ajaokuta in Kogi State with a 21 local government.
The position led by President Muhammadu Buhari.
Buhari was just using Nigeria for so many reasons. As he wanted to Islamize Nigeria, he was also stealing as much as he could steal for some certain element of Nigerians. There could be Yoruba, wọ́n lè jẹ́ Igbo, wọ́n lè jẹ́ Hausa, wọ́n lè jẹ́ Indian, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Lebanese, English, Americans, German, Chinese. They were using Nigeria as a cash out.
What should Nigerians expect from this allocation?
So they are now asking, what is our expectation? But Buhari is gone now. That Ajaokuta did not revive.
We have Mr. Odumegwu, the managing consultant and chief executive officer of Flame Academy and Consulting Limited, joining us for that conversation. Good to have you, Mr. Odumegwu. Good morning.
Morning, always my pleasure.
Good to have you, especially when it's not virtual.
Yeah, well,
it's hybrid.
Virtual and
in person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Ajaokuta Steel obviously has a lot of potentials to deal with a lot of things that I think.
When they say potential, that was the purpose of even bringing the project out in the 1970s. Purpose tó ṣe fẹ́ gbé project Ajaokuta jáde. Let's just take it back one step before we come back here. So Ajaokuta Steel, according to what we have, lórí Wikipedia, has a total of 24,000 acres, 59,000 acres site that was put together in 1979. That's about almost 45 years ago. So the potential was the reason why they wanted to put it out in place. But 45 years now, Ajaokuta is still as dormant as nothing. So when this man is about to tell us the potential, the whole idea of the potential, we know that was the reason why the project was put together in 1979.
Supported in the manufacturing the space at this time. So having 4.2 billion naira to revive that steel mill should be applauded.
Should be applauded for those that already got the money. So when this journalist says should be applauded, we should be happy, we should be excited, we should be crying, we should be shouting, we should be going to church and mosque and praise God that Buhari was able to put 4 billion naira into the 2022 budget, when they should have used that 4 billion into another sector. But Buhari thought, I can give some people money, make them millionaire. Remember Chief Toladeni, make them millionaire, shut their mouth. So those Yoruba people that were able to chop part of that 4 billion, don't expect them because she's Yoruba nation. Steel industry is like gold, according to Waris Jinadu. Ìbéèrè tí mò ń bí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láàárọ̀ ní Kogi State títí dé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni pé ǹjẹ́ rò pé Tinubu náà máa revive Ajaokuta kó tó lọ, or it will just be the same rhetorics?
But people have gone back to say, well, this is not the first time we're seeing allocation.
It is not the first time, and it will not be the last. Tinubu náà máa tó inject owó, maybe Tinubu will be double. Put 8 billion and just factor people around it and just tell them the project will be completed before my own expiration of government. Tinubu is not a king. Kò lè wà níbẹ̀ títí di 4 years ló máa fi wà níbẹ̀. After 4 years, he will then have to campaign again. That is if he's lucky and he gets another term of 4 years. But for now, ṣé Tinubu máa ní kó inject owó sí? I don't think Tinubu wants to put 4 billion. Since Buhari has put 4 billion, that 4 billion is now wasted just as usual. Do you know what 4 billion would have done in 774 local governments in Nigeria? But Nigeria is a failed entity that was not designed to work. The reason why Nigerians are crying today is because Ajaokuta should have been one industry to provide as many opportunity. It is like a gold, like somebody said. Still weight face value is currency by itself. But today, many Nigerians are becoming comedian, skit maker, and sometimes you ask. And somebody said, the people allowed this to happen to themselves. And when we are here saying that, let us break this up. Director Court, it's been a while. Thank you so much for joining. The steel mill was built in Kogi when the raw material, iron ore, is situated in the southeast. It is an elephant project doomed to fail from the start. Okay, I didn't even know that. So that means that they didn't have the material in Kogi State. Is that what you're telling us? that the material that we need to fix the steel mill to operate is in Southeast. Nigeria is just a crime scene. I saw when somebody said that Dangote refinery, I saw something that they said the refinery is not ready yet. They're still fixing it. There's a video that some people put out on Twitter. I didn't even think if I retweeted it. Let's come back again. This is our brother here with suit. Owan Shalai Funwa, the potential. The potential is in every indigenous people. The potential is in the Yoruba. Even the potential is in the Hausa people. We can't knock them out. The potential is in Ibira people. The potential is in people in Taraba that are different ethnic groups. But the problem is they want every one of us to live together by fire, by force, whether we like it or not. And that has been the project Nigeria that did not allow Ajaokuta to take off. Because somebody is just telling us that, look, the raw material is not even in Kogi State. So how do you want to make it happen? Even if it was not there, let's even give it the benefit of doubt that it is not there. Sometimes you move material to exactly where it's meant to be. So even if the raw material was in Southeast, it does not matter. Maybe for reason known, they couldn't build the steel itself, the Ajaokuta, inside Southeast. Let's even give it the benefit of doubt. But the question is, they can still move the material from Southeast, just as British continue to get crude oil direct from Nigeria, just like so many other countries. And I have the evidence that, I'm not saying that they're not paying for it. That is as far as we know. Maybe there's some other kickback. But according to OEC, why do you think that Nigeria continue to bring out their crude oil to travel in container? And then they refine it, they bring it back to Nigeria. According to this data I have in front of me here on the OEC.world, 2021, Nigeria made $57.7 billion from export. And one of the biggest exports is the one that Tinubu has now removed, called the subsidy. Because the whole idea of the subsidy was because Nigeria, just like somebody was saying that we don't even have the raw material in Kogi State. It does not matter. Kogi and the Southeast is not too far compared to moving your crude oil all the way out of Nigeria to Belgium and other countries, refine it and they bring it back. That is a long distance. So the raw material does not even matter wherever it is. We can move raw material by any means to get it to where it's meant to work. But 45 years down the line, Ajaokuta Steel is still not functioning. But Buhari injected 4 billion again before he left. These are the crimes that so many Nigerians do not understand. That is just stupidity. That we have refinery, 4 of them, none of them function. Ajaokuta has raw material that can be brought all the way from the closest site in Nigeria, but yet it is still not functioning. Because the same material, the same raw material is being moved out of Nigeria. Let me see if I can find the steel mineral products. So when we look at the mineral products from Nigeria in 2021, I can tell you what are some of the mineral products quickly. There's what I call the special purpose. The special purpose, gave Nigeria $1.25 billion in 2021. Special purpose ship, scrap vessel. Scrap vessel was also, export to the tune of $161 million. I don't know what is scrap vessel. Planes, helicopters, or aircraft. Also, about $129 million. Cocoa beans. Cocoa beans is about almost $779 million. Nitrogenous fertilizer. So when we go round and round, raw aluminium, we export value of 4.16%. That's about $243 million. So there are some Nigerians that they are criminal. They know exactly how to make these small materials like rubber. So we export 81.5 million. Ask the average Nigerian, did you really enjoy the export of the rubber as whether the producer of the rubber in Ondo State, all the way to Southeast or wherever they find it, even all the way to charcoal? We were able to export 45.8 million charcoal out of Nigeria. Again, ethnic polygamy. So there are so many things. Even gold, about almost 150. This is not the real price they're telling us. So these are just the one that they projected. So when you look at this kind of data, the question is, how Baolele make Omo Nigeria happy? Because even when you look at this, based on the export, you still expect that Nigerians should be able to survive. Because even if you are selling charcoal, and then you can still make money out of it. But what they've done is they've collapsed every sector that will make you to be rich as a millionaire in Nigerian currency. You might not be a billionaire, but as many Nigerians should be millionaire today, just like the Chinese are millionaires. But Nigeria did not factor the citizen with Nigeria. They are only factoring our resources. So whatever you're looking right now on this data, these are our natural resources that end up out of Nigeria, but Nigerians continue to remain in abject poverty. So when we look at this data, why is this one a little bit slower? Why is this not changing? What's going on here? Let's refresh. Because it's not showing it yet. So when you look at the data, which is in front of me right now, you can see that so many countries rely on all these materials, all these products, all these raw materials, from floated glass to fake air, all to paper container. And so many raw cotton. We dey buy second-hand clothes, but we dey export the cotton, the raw material. So India needs that raw material. China, let's see how many countries is buying our raw cotton. So according to the data, 1 minute. What is it now? Let's go back here. Now, why is it not giving me the cotton? Okay, so when we look at the cotton, who is buying our cotton? Pakistan is buying 68.2% of our raw material in cotton. So they need those cotton to produce their own material that will then be resold out again. So you can see that as Nigerians, you should be the one producing these. But no, the factories are not there because Nigeria is not an industrialized country, just like Kogi State. My focus is on Kogi for now, as in other states. So, tó bá wo Vietnam, we were able to export 1.94 million of cotton to Vietnam. China, we were able to export 1.24 million US dollars of our cotton, raw material. Japan, these are all the countries that rely on one material, raw material, and you expect them to allow you to break up like that. You can see that we are dealing with a big problem. So when we are telling Yoruba, these countries, Saudi Arabia, so many Yoruba people, lọ Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia and about 2.1% of our material, apart from the fact that you are paying nothing less than 4 million to travel to Hajj every year, whether you have the money or not. A lot of you are struggling to get the money. But Saudi Arabia tún gba 2.1% because one needed láti fi rán jàlámíà tí wọ́n máa padà rà wá sí Nigeria. You can see that it's a crazy country. So ìwọ tó lọ sí Saudi tó lọ ṣe umura tó lọ ṣe Hajj, àwọn aṣọ tó ń rà padà wá sí Nigeria yẹn tó ń rà àwọn èmi náà ní nílé, maybe you know àwọn beautiful jàlámíà táwọn sisters wọn máa ń wọ̀, ẹ máa fine nínú ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Ìjẹ́ yìí mọ̀ pé cotton tó fi ń ṣe inú Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n ti ń export lọ sí Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia is a industrialized and mechanized industry tó lè sọ àwọn aṣọ yẹn. So let's go and look at Saudi Arabia hijab. Saudi Arabia, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo àwọn dress. So tó bá wo Saudi nísìn, ìwọ tó lọ sí hajj, gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ lọ kírun, tẹ́ lọ sí umrah, tẹ́ lọ sí this, tẹ́ lọ sí that. Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn aṣọ tó ń rà padà wá sí Nàìjíríà, ọ̀dọ̀ wa ló ti gba material. Because one need the material here, even though they are not getting enough from us, but it does not matter. Washing gets nothing less than 2.1%. So whatever they can get around the world, what to source me no. This is the job of the embassy. The job of the embassy is to negotiate how they can remove our raw material and take it to their country. Their two country, Oman. Oman no raw material, what don't pay me cotton. To the tune of 147 million US dollars. No, yeah, $147,000. Another country tó tún rà ní India, United Arab Emirates, àwọn Islamic country tẹ́yìn dẹ̀ ń lọ nìyẹn tó jẹ́ pé tó ò bá ẹ̀ tí ì ra jàlámì àti Saudi Arabia, ààrẹ ò ní balẹ̀. Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwa ló yẹ ká máa produce aṣọ yẹn fúnra wa ká wá tà fún Saudi ní odindi? But Saudi ò fẹ́ yẹn. So if you are now expecting Saudi Arabia pé kí wọ́n jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kókò break, you'll be joking, because report kan tí mo ń kà láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn, I wanted to highlight on that quickly. The Saudi government àti Nigeria ní number 54. Wọ́n condemn Quran tó jó ní Sweden. Nigeria wà lára OIC. Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ pé OIC, according to report Timokai, is the second biggest organization in the world after United Nations. Àwa dẹ̀ ń expect pé kí Nigeria kó pín pẹ̀lú àwọn Islamic fundamentalists tó ti wà láàrin wa tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Nigeria kó pín. And that is why I can play this again from the man tí ó ń sọ fún wa pé Nigeria wọ́n fẹ́ Islamize ẹ̀, kò sọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀. We now have a president that is a Muslim. We have a vice president that is a Muslim. Even though ìkànnì wọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní ìkejì, ìdá Kanuri àbí Fúlàní, ẹja gbọ́n kan tí bàbá ẹ̀ sọ.
It's not about sentiment. It's that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized.
And there's a fact, because Nigeria is number 56 on the OIC countries. And what is the OIC countries? It is called the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Lẹ́yìn United Nations, àwọn ni number 2 ní gbogbo àgbáyé tó tóbi jù in terms of the largest organization. So ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ fún pé a máa pín, I hope you are getting the message. Ẹ̀yin ará Kogi, you better buckle up. Nigeria is among the 57 African members of the OIC. The OIC represents the Muslim world collective voice and defend its interest. The OIC is the second largest organization after the United Nations, with a membership of 57 states spread over 4 continents. So when this man is speaking, he knows what he's talking about.
This is a fact. Except you want me to start mentioning names of people in this government.
He said this is a fact. And part of that fact is why Ajaokuta did not make it, because Buhari decided to overthrow Shehu Shagari. Shehu Shagari has completed that project up to 83%, according to what we know. But it was not allowed to function because Buhari also did not make it happen. So let me read this quickly. A feasibility study for the production of steel was first awarded to the British and later undertaken by the Soviet under a cooperation agreement with Nigeria. In 1967, the Soviet expert recommended prospecting for iron ore in Nigeria as the known deposits were of poor quality for steel making. But in 1973, iron ore was required. Quality was discovered in Itape. So I don't know where Director Court got this message that is in South they were going to be bringing it from. But anyway, whatever they're going to be bringing the raw material, but they find that iron ore was in Itape. So whether Itape is not part of the Southeast, I don't know. But what I can say from the information here is say that iron ore was detected in 1967 by the Soviet expert. As the known deposits were of poor quality for steelmaking, In 1973, iron ore of required quality, that means required enough, was discovered in Itakpe, Ajabanoko, and Oshokoshoko. The Ajaokuta Steel Company was then incorporated in 1979 under the former President Shehu Shagari, who began the project, which was 84% completed by the time its removal by that sadist called Buhari is now in London. So the question is, was Buhari part of the agent that was sent into Nigeria to destroy Nigeria? That is something that you can question in your heart. So when they are now talking about the potential, as this our brother is about to explain, the potential would have been the best for every Nigerian, but the project failed, and the project will continue to fail. Even if Bola Tinubu inject billions of naira, which Buhari did. 2022, 4 billion was captured in the 2022 budget for a failed project to try to revive Ajaokuta Steel.
For the revival of the steel mill and so what will be different. So when you heard about this, what was your first thought?
For me, it's nothing out of the ordinary. And in as much as we, as a nation, have to allocate capital resources to different sectors of the economy, for me, the point is, what is the purpose of this allocation? And if you check in the past few years, there has been this kind of allocation to that entity in the past year.
So it is not the first time that they are capturing the Ajaokuta as part of what they need money for. So when they are putting the budget, so maybe you don't know what is budget, they'll say, we're going to, this is your naira, okay? This fake money is 955, no, 922. It dropped down again. So it seems that its funk is moving up and down between 1,000 naira. So they will now say, we will need 4 billion naira of this entity, this corrupt money. Say we need 4 billion. So what they've been doing is they capture it in the budget throughout Buhari's regime, but nothing survived in these Ajaokuta even after all the capturing of budget. Big budget, oh, we're talking about almost $4 million.
But what is very sad to note in it?
It has always been sad. There's nothing to note. Nigeria is a sad place. Buhari is a sadist. Right now, he's here in London, dead or alive, saying that he's running away from people in Daura. So when our people are not understanding, corrupt politicians, greedy businessmen in conjunction with the Western world do enjoy the indirect slavery the masses are into for them to live our affluence. Those that are adamant to live in one Nigeria are really sick in their brain. Yoruba nation, Ileyao, Otoge. I am talking about Kogi State today. 21 local government, yet one organization, one company, one industry that would have made Kogi State that has the 10 borders around it to have survived. Yet that was a failed project as well.
Most of that allocation is to maintain the salary payment overhead.
Ew! Did you hear that? So the 4 billion is not for the project, oh, it's just to keep some of the staff running. And so that literally means that staff are just there waking up, they probably switch on the light, turn off the light, and then they walk around, security, only God knows what they are paying for. Just the same way they have been paying money to the failed entity called the refinery. So Taban sọ fún yín pé in tó kàn ṣe ni pé wọ́n kàn capture budget. Mo kí bàbá Ọlá Wálé Àlàbí, mo kí ìyàwó mi. So when they are putting this budget every year, I remember one of my late uncle when I was in Nigeria. I don't know, every time they read the budget, it starts disturbing us in the house. Go and call Yomi, you go sit down here. Tell me what do you understand by budget? So we have to keep looking at the paper, this one is, they capture this for that. So eventually what they've been doing is, because the average people in Nigeria, especially Kogi tí mo bá sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ̀yin ará Kogi lẹ ní Ajaokuta, but yet Okada lẹ́wọ̀n káàkiri. The same Okada should have been produced in Kogi State, but yet they'll buy it from India, import it to Nigeria. Only God knows how much importation of Okada came to Nigeria. Let's see if we can find something of that under our import. So when you look at the import, oh my God, Nigeria import worth 68 more. So the total import in Nigeria was 68.7 billion US dollars. I hope I'm right. 1 minute, let me refresh this so that I'm not giving the wrong data. So when we talk about the import, yes, 61.6 billion is the total amount. Let me now look at killer and water import. So I want to look at machines. What kind of machines? Okada. I'll find it. This is it. Motorcycle. Should be motorcycle long Okada. Motorcycle and cycle. So let's see. Let's ask ourselves. Oh, big man, thin man. Big man, thin man. I can see why the Igbo people or those that have the money, the Yoruba, the Hausa, all these criminal people that are now telling us save Nigeria. So Indian is where we import most of our Okada from. 61.9%. Where we have Ajaokuta. Ani Ajaokuta níbẹ̀ tó yẹ kó máa produce Okada fún wa. Yet we are going to Indian and bring it. But Indian just need our raw material. China and Indian gave us 433 million US dollars in terms of importation of Okada called motorcycle. That's about 61.9%. Also, China gave us about 253 million import value at percentage of 36.2%. When you go to Japan, Japan is also giving us 8 million at average of percentage of 1.15%. Then we go to another country called Indonesia. Indonesia, we also import Okada to the tune of $2.6 million. Then you go again to South Korea, $768,000, 0.11%. Then we go to Chinese Taipei, $500,000 worth of Okada is coming from there as well. We go to other Asian countries. Why is it this Asian country is we are bringing this Okada from? Are we saying that is where they produce enough of this Okada? I can see why everybody is riding Okada all over the place in that bomb bastard country. This is what your politicians love. Buy brand new Okada, give it to you without a good road. And if you're going to support koikimedia, you can see all the details on the screen. It is voluntary. It's not mandatory. South Korea, also 768,000 worth of Okada came from there. And you can see why Nigeria is not working. So when this man is talking about potential, Okada should never have been imported all the way from these countries. And the major countries, India and China, kò jẹ́ ká máa gbé Okada wá láti bẹ̀ wá assemble ní Nigeria kọ́ta fún yín, when we could have been producing the same Okada right inside Ajaokuta. I hope I'm making sense. Alex Mamu, thank you so much. So when you are all sitting there and pointing your finger at somebody like us, we are here showing you the data that is on the screen. So when they say that they want to empower Nigerians, I'm asking how? How are they going to empower you apart from becoming KABIRU? That's what they're doing. So Kogi State, with 21 local government, does not have any functioning industry that can provide jobs for the people of Kogi apart from Okada business, because the roads are not even good anyway. So actually the reason it is a reason why we need to stop this nonsense now so that our life will be much better. But no, èmi ló kàn, bàbá èmi ló kàn, èmi ló kàn. You are all excited because of Tinubu. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Kogi State, ẹ̀yin ni mo focus ní lórí. All other states will be having to wait until I get to their state. So ẹ̀yin Kogi State, ẹ jáde. Because Yaya Bello kówó fún yín, kẹ́ lọ ṣe banner, kẹ́ ṣe t-shirt. I hope it's the t-shirt you are eating today. I hope it's the t-shirt you are putting in your stomach. Stomach infrastructure. Ẹ máa sunkún, ẹ ní rí ẹni tó máa bá yín gbálẹ̀. Kogi State as of today still remain one of the abject poverty states in Nigeria. So let's go back and hear what this our brother. That's what they like to do, analysts. They just sit down there. He has a commission that they got paid. They get paid. You think they don't get paid for all this job? No, no, no. You think he'll come and be speaking in China's television that he's not going to be paid? He's going to be paid. That's not free. It's only Nigeria. I went in 2015. I wanted to appear on the radio. They tell me I'll pay 30,000. I said, for what reason? Just to come and say something on the radio. No, Mr. Koikimedia buying discount in you. It should be more than 30,000. I told them, forget it. They empower people with Okada and Keke Marua and wheelbarrow. Thank you so much. Director called. Yes, you can. Coffee. Yeah. 1 billion coffee from. I want to buy coffee for you. What the link coffee back end thing. Don't emma screening. Come out tomorrow, law. Because people buy $3 coffee. So if you even buy $1 coffee for me every day, I mean, equivalent of your coffee that you buy, it will match up. By the time 10 people buy coffee, I will remove the money. I will buy my own electricity in the house. I will also then buy water and drink, and then that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So when we are telling our people that it is not that we are fighting the government, it is just that we want the government to think that this entity called Project Nigeria, it is not making our people to survive. Our people in Kogi and across Nigeria, I'm using Kogi because we started with Kwara State. So when if you keep hearing Kogi, it's because Kogi is the next line. And I'm just speaking in English. Normally, it is a Yoruba platform that we are discussing, but it is also an open platform to learned people. This is not fracas. If you're looking for fracas, there are so many events that is happening, on social media. You can sit down there and listen to the fracas. Maybe that will help you. I don't know what is wrong with them. What has your business got to do with Davido is pregnanting somebody? That's not your business is to ask why Ajaokuta refused to work. Davido has a lot of money. He can impregnate as many women around the world as he likes. And these women jump around him anyway. So I don't know why he has married. And there's someone who sent him to go and marry. He still wants to enjoy life. So it is up to the wife. So when Nigerians should be talking about Ajaokuta every day, go and see them there. They're talking about Davido that has so much money that can give each of the wife $1 million just to maintain the children until they get to maybe 2 years old. He'll give them extra money. He's making money every day. But Ajaokuta, that should be our potential and challenges, they've injected 4 billion under the same Buhari, the bomb blaster Fulani man. He's here in London now. I'm probably sure he's watching me. Glory Buruku somebody. And I'm told also he's getting treatment at Wellington Hospital, dead or alive.
Allowances and
yes, they've used entertainment to finish the psychological, mental, holocaust. I'm just making all those one up. In Nigerians. So every time, they are looking for gossip. There's another one. There's another guy called Udochu or something like that. Hey, he's fighting with his wife. I don't know whether those ones they do skate anyway, just to drive the traffic and mad Nigerians. Instead of them to be asking that, where is the 4 billion Buhari put in the budget? I don't think Nigerians care about that. But now they come here with their 30 kobo MTN. They come and say, wait, you, come. Yoruba Nation money, where is it? Olushi people. 4 billion was injected into a failed project. But we are now understanding that, hey, come, Koiki. Let this man explain to us. That 4 billion is not for reviving the project, though. It's for what? Let's listen to this man again.
Past years. But what is very sad to note in it is that most of that allocation is to maintain the salary payment, overhead, allowances, and social contribution for the redundant manpower we have kept in that area.
Can you imagine that? So in the last 45 years, we have been paying people to keep them in the failed Nigeria is a different word entirely. Bí a kì í sọ ní Yorùbá kó lè yé yín torí English yẹn ó máa fẹ́ lọ lẹ́nu gbogbo wa. Wọ́n ní in 45 years a kàn sanwó fáwọn staff tí project tó ṣiṣẹ́, so just to keep them there until they get to redundant. So àwọn kan ti wà níbẹ̀ láti 1979 tí à ń san salary fún ní every month, whether it's full salary, governor náà jẹ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀, politician náà jẹ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n wá sọ Nàìjíríà di Ah, God damn. We are in a big mess. So Ajaokuta that is there, they are paying people's salary for something that is not producing anything. The same thing they did with the refinery. Refinery is dormant, it's not working, but they kept people there and they are paying them salary. And you are there, you don't have a job. You are praying to Jesus Christ. You are praying to Anabi Muhammad. Oh my God. Mr. Oludare JP, Nigeria is a failed state where governors empower people with Ludo games and grinding machine. Go and look at Yayi. Oh, hey, that I don't hear the sound. The support don't come. When that thing do turn, no, money don't enter in here. Thank you so much. At least, you go out, you buy $5 coffee, and me, I'm here. I'm asking you to buy the same coffee for me through the virtual way because YouTube has removed our monetization. For 4 months, they say the video I did, federal government asked them to remove it. So I'm under suspension. So we can make money from other source. Thank you so much to our sister there. Thank you so much. Why is this one showing on my screen that we have made some clarification in our privacy and transparency information about your preference? Please, I think concerning that. Too many notifications. Thank you so much. We love money on this platform. If you don't like money, share your eyes. But we don't take money from the politician. I'll rather continue to ask the public, is the right thing to do? It's ethical. If you like, don't pay TV license in UK. They can send you to prison. You will understand. And since we are not being sponsored by Bola Tinubu, PDP, APC, even Showore, they are not being sponsored by him, even though I love him so much. Now my guy, my brother. So let's leave this man. Let's watch another video because I don't own those videos. I haven't watched this before, but I just had Ajaokuta. I put it on Google and he brought this out. And remember this guy, yo. This guy is the one that worked with Abacha. I forgot his name now. Ali Mustafa. I don't know what he wants to talk about. I'm just watching it for the first time. So I don't know whatever he's going to be talking about. We are going to watch it together. But what you need to know about Ajaokuta Steel is what he wants to talk about. Let's hear from him. And I believe this is berekete.
You know the amount of money that will bring to Nigeria? You know it was part of the promise. You know the amount of money that will bring to Nigeria? You know it was part of the promises of the president among the 10. The 10 promises was Ajaokuta. We took it upon ourselves. We know the volumes of document we brought.
Money they come on. I've seen another support coming through from Yawa Florence. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
This is fighting us even now as I talk to you. We are being fought at for that. We know the volume of money they are making and they want to make for themselves. And there are evidential documents. What is to bring Bakassi is not up to a video. Ajaokuta is $640 million.
Did you hear that? Ajaokuta was meant to bring $640 million US. To link say Koiki, the chronicle of this problem is the 1999 419 Constitution, making some states redundant and lazy. What a time to be alive. Not that this one is okay, he's a good guy. All this one is saying as well. We know that, it's just saying that only God knows how much, he stole out of Nigeria as well himself. But let's listen.
Now converted to 11,640,000,000. I challenge those concerned. I'm sure they are listening.
That is the only thing we need to revive Ajaokuta.
Only 640 million.
Oh, okay. Saying that we need 640 million. Okay, let's listen.
They went and now created some certain avenues. One of the worst 419 done to Nigeria, and they want to do it. It's just that the president has refused to sign it. 11,640,000,000. I'm the one talking on this. I stand to be challenged by any person.
They package 11 point something billion dollars
in a 419 like manner against the same president.
So the word 419. How did we even get that word 419? Do anybody have the background history? Who actually, was it from Nigeria or another country? How did this name 419, eventually became a word that everybody's using? 419, 419, 419. Tell my background there. Tell my background, 419. 419. 419. If anybody have an idea, it would be good to know. You see, Itewanile, it's a pity that I understand that everybody is trying to survive. But our survival was right inside Ajaokuta, but they didn't want it to work. So, and you can see the project behind me there. Oh, degree 419, IBB. Okay. So it was a military decree 419. It was IBB. Ah, okay. Thank you so much for that, Director Court.
I repeat against the
thank God he did not sign it.
He didn't. You know the roles we played for it not to be? You know how many times we run to the other side for them to raise questions? We did it out of patriotism. Here is his younger brother. He's our candidate, gubernatorial candidate in Enugu State in the same party.
Who's the younger brother?
The younger brother to my running mate.
Yes, sir.
We shuttled to that place. Who paid?
Nobody.
Who asked us to do so? It's the love of Nigeria and fear of God.
Yeah, when you are hearing this love of Nigeria, you better be careful. When they are saying we love Nigeria, I'm doing it for the love of Nigeria, let us just be careful. Especially this one. His mouth sweet like that 419 woman.
Other than the fact that he asked, we don't want to talk. We also have gone far to now do another inquiry to say, I quote, iron is scarce on earth. That's why vehicles you see are mixed fiber, mixed alloy. So iron is a very precious thing.
Just as my brother told us there, Waris Jinodo was telling us the importance of iron. And when we come back to this OEC, let's go back again and look at the export. So when we look at the export, let's look at the mineral resources again. And let's see if we can find iron. They might not even put it as iron because these people are criminals, you know. They might not literally even put it as iron, but we know that it's there. Iron structures. So, anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's continue from here first.
We have it. So all the ridges of the mountains around it in Kogi State,
did you hear that? He's talking now about Ajaokuta.
National advice is that don't touch it. Get an alignment with two African countries I don't want to mention now. These two countries have it in abundance more than anybody else. But these countries don't know that they have iron. Create political, diplomatic ties with them. Take the iron, pay them, help them, and then becomes the world market for iron. But you know the game going on. There is a clique around the world from those who were taking oil too. They are the same people now managing iron. So Ajaokuta should never ever work.
Did you hear that? Ajaokuta will never work. I don't want to waste too much time because his mouth is so sweet as well. So let's now come again to Natasha Akpoti. Indians should be held accountable for Ajaokuta Wahala. Let's hear from her.
The steel sector, yes, there's been a lot of talk about diversifying the economy, what we need to do. And then we all know about Ajaokuta Steel Complex and then the National Iron Ore Mining Company. But only recently there was one, I think it was called, let me see, renegotiated concession, where the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, the Vice President, officials of the Justice Ministry were there to sign an agreement. So we're focusing on that one and see how that impacts on what we intend to do. We're joined this morning by Natasha Akpoti, a lawyer and social entrepreneur. Thank you for coming on the talk.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
But when that agreement was signed, you had many who thought, oh, finally, we've been able to get this offer back. And so they just asked, does that then mean that having signed that agreement, it puts us on back on course to getting the steel sector up and running, does it?
In a way, it does. But then, from my own perspective, like many other Nigerians, we would look at this agreement as taking a step forward and 2 steps backwards. So in a way, it's actually a retrogressive agreement. On the bright side, we could say that for once in 8 years, Ajaokuta is free. That means it's of the hostage agreement that has been that it has been entrapped in for the past 8 years by the Indians. That means it now belongs to the federal government, and the federal government can actually invest or seek investors as it wishes so. But on the retrogressive part, I think it's quite distasteful, because this is the same company which late President Yar'Adua actually terminated.
I have to bring this. I'm just reading something that was sent to me. It's like we can say breaking news, because criminals are always trying to push a different narrative, especially with this bomb bastard woman that is trying her best to destroy the Yoruba nation movement. Let me first take this off before I say what I want to say. Because what have been sent to me is again a different narrative of what IGBOHO said and what they are now pushing out. As we say, today is the 3rd day of July 2023. The time is just 13 minutes past or 5 minutes past 1 p.m. This message that is going in circulation that IGBOHO gave reference to Dupe Onitiri, the bomb bastard Olori Buruku Mashampani Olushi woman. I don't know where you are getting that message and then referencing that I released such statement. No statement of such was released. We didn't even release any statement on Saturday. IGBOHO spoke for 2 minutes, and I'll play that video in the course of this conversation. There was nowhere in his own address, I'm talking about Oloye Dr. Sunday IGBOHO, that gave any greetings or any reference to Dupe Onitiri. So while this kind of message that IGBOHO is sending message or greeting Dupe Onitiri, in the conversation he had with the Yorubas on Saturday, the 1st of July, let me put this out clearly again. There was nowhere IGBOHO stated that he was sending message or greeting Dupe Onitiri. Because Dupe Onitiri is a bastard that destroyed the movement. She's an agent that was sent by the politician to infiltrate the ongoing Yoruba nation movement. Once again, there was nowhere that IGBOHO stated such. And I will play that in just about a few minutes. Let me see if I can get that part that IGBOHO sent a message to everyone. And this is what IGBOHO said.
ọmọ mi ayéjì wípé ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run tó bá mi ṣàforíjì fún ọ. Àṣírí ọlọ́run kì mọ́ fẹ́ ìrọ̀lẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe láyé lórílẹ̀‐èdè Yorùbá kan ò rí sí ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run tó bá fún àwọn ọmọ wọn àwọn ìyàwó wọn ṣe wọ́n sì tètè bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Àṣẹ mo tọrọ fún àwọn tí wọ́n kó lọ́nu ilé náà láwọn tó dúró ṣinṣin wọn ò jẹsẹ̀ ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run kò ní padà lẹ́yìn gan náà bí àìjẹ́ àìjẹgbé fún wọn láwọn tó dúró tó ìpè tọkàntọkàn ni wọ́n fi di àyẹn wọ́n sì dúró ti sínú àwọn padà kò ní jẹ́ alájẹgbé. Pátápátá gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ lọ́gbà nítorí tí bá ní mo dá ẹgbẹ́ mélòó mo fẹ́ dárúkọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin ọ̀nàwó lé mi lórí láti lé dóko home and abroad tẹ náwó tẹ náírà tẹ sí wàhálà tẹ jẹ kó rẹ tẹ jẹ kí n mọ̀ pé mo lọ́lọ́run mo sì léyìn ẹsẹ̀ ẹ ń bẹ lẹ́yìn alọ́lọ́run rẹ padà lẹ́yìn gbogbo yìí. Ọlọ́run pé nígbà tẹ́ yẹ dúró tì mí èmi náà dúró ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹni dalẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láyé mo dúró ẹsẹ̀ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ mo wà pẹ̀lú yín títà àbíjọ débítà lọ bí ní ẹsẹ̀ ní ẹni dalẹ̀ yín láṣẹ Ọlọ́run ṣe mo dúró Ọlọ́run rẹ padà lẹ́yìn.
So níbo ni bàbá wa Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho tó ti wá ń kí olórí burúkú tó ń pè ní Dúpẹ́ Onítìrì Onídọ̀tí Jàgùdà tó fi wá kó èrè oko tí kò ṣe the bomb bastard woman ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sakuléètì nonsense káàkiri ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ Ògúnlákayé á wọlé pa gbogbo yín. So that is just that because Emma Binupe, I have to cut in there because that has been a message that keeps going back to back. I've just received it again by our mother, Janet Fashaki, that I should clarify that. And I hope by the time the audio which we produced out of this, and I've also provided a video. So Emma, for me, a bit of time to just go on a short interlude so that I can upload all this quickly and we will continue with our own program. So while we're going to do that, I will just play this again till I come back. Sorry, bear with us because there's two video plays simultaneously there. So.
Ẹ̀sùn mo dúpẹ́. Máa gbọ́ ó ti gbogbo olùwọ́n máa dé yàmá o. Ó dín wọn mọ́lẹ̀ pátápátá wọn ò lè mí mọ́. Ó ti kún wọn láyà jẹ́ wọn ò lè sóge. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀rù bà wọ́n. Ọjà wọn láyà wọn ò lè mí fín mọ́. Ó ti fi ògbójú ńlá fọ́ igbá oró ní èyẹ dànù. Wọ́n máa dé yàmá tó ní sọ pé àwọn ọgbà tiẹ̀ ọmọ ọkọ lógún ọmọ àlè. Ìwọ náà bí bàbá dojú dé àṣìbù bí ọ̀bá ṣe sí ẹjẹ́ àfọ̀. Kí ni ń bẹ nínú ọ̀gán? Ọmọdé yẹn mo ti ń dún mọ̀wúrú. Bí ọ̀pani kọ́ pani bí ọ̀bá ní pani kó yé dún mọ̀húrú mọ́ o Sunday ọmọdé yẹn kù ó ti di gbé àlọ́ yìí yé ẹjẹ́ tọmọgbẹ́mú ewé kókò tọ́ba lè bí ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́ba fẹ́ fọ̀yà kọ́ máa fọ̀yà pèrègèdè sàǹgbọ́ọ̀rọ̀ máa fọ́ọ̀kù ẹni ẹ bá wọ bẹ́ ọmọdé yẹn mọ́ ti di gbé àlọ́ yìí Sunday o ọmọdé yẹn mọ́ Ìgbòho ṣà yé orí èrè àpilẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà ọmọ ọkọ ní ó ṣeun bẹ́ẹ̀ lọmọ ọgbọ́n ṣe ìwọ lọ́pàá gàmbàrí nípa ìsìn Sunday ọmọdé yẹn mọ́ ọ̀pá gàmbàrí nípa ìsìn ọ̀pá fúlàní nípa ọjọ́ ìfowópamọ́ ya onítọ̀ ọmọdé Sunday Igboho ṣà pẹ̀lú àwọn bàbá rẹ lọ òròlú ọmọ ntẹ̀lá òde ẹ̀lẹ́lẹ́ mo lẹ́nulẹ́ mo sùn lẹ́ẹ̀kan ọmọ ajá yẹn jìnnà sí àwọn bàbá rẹ mo délùú mo dáhàrin òde wọ́n di méjì bá rẹ̀ ta àlọ́ méjì bá rẹ̀ ti àgàdàrin ó di méjì bá rẹ̀ gbẹ̀ndínlógún ó kan ilà àárọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kókó olé wa sàgàdà nínú bí àwọn rẹ̀ ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ ọlọ́kọ̀ iná ìṣòwò àkànṣe ọlọ́kọ̀ iná ìṣèjì ìgbàlẹ̀kẹ̀ ọmọ adéyẹmọ Sunday Igboho sàmà tọ́ ogun ní nánilógún ogun ló ní ilé àárọ̀ ogun ni wọ́n fi jagun jù gbégbé ń jẹ́ bóògùn ọ̀jẹ̀ ẹjẹ́ nira wa lóògùn ọ̀nà Sunday ọmọdé yẹn Igboho sà lónìí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbòmìnira dandan ni wọ́n wá gbọ́ o ọlọ́dà yìí o ìlànà Olódùmarè ni wọ́n máa lò ọmọdé yẹn o dákun mọ́rù làwọn oníṣẹ́ ẹbí ẹ̀tọ́ kálukú má fi dùn wọ́n orí kálukú ló gbé ọdẹ́pò tó dùn wọ́n máa gbọ́ o gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà ẹni tẹ́wá lóye ẹja fọwọ́pọ̀ ká gbé ẹni tó lúwa fi ṣe ká gbé lárugẹ gidi ni èmi jù ọ́ wọn ò dùn mí ẹjọ́ òrodò lọ sí ní bá méjì kọ́ o ẹni tó wá fi sẹ́rán ọ̀gàtọ̀ sí ẹni tó fi ra wọn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọdé Fẹlá tiwa akọni tiwa akọni jagunjagun ọkùnrin tààrà gbọdọ̀ kẹlẹ́ ọmọ Adéyẹmọ wọn a máa gbọ́ wọn fẹ́ ṣàdúrà kan fún wọn ni ẹni tó bá ní kó òkú ní kékeré kó máa fọwọ́ ara wọn síra wọn ọmọ èyí wọn ní kàkọ́ máa ṣe ara rẹ̀ nípò dànù ìmọ̀tí ìmọ̀jọ́ ìmọ̀jọ́ ìmọ̀tú ìmọ̀tí ìmọ̀jọ́ ìmọ̀jọ́ ìmọ̀tú ìmọ̀tí ìmọ̀jọ́ ìmọ̀jọ́ ìmọ̀tú ayóyè pè ní kó lọ́wọ́ ọ̀run gbá kékeré tó kékeré ìdáhọ́ inú ọmọ gbẹ̀yìn àgbẹ̀dẹ òsì bàtàrí òní gbúrú olùkọ́ tẹ̀ máa gbọ́ àwọn bàbá rẹ tó ti wà níbùgbé ìdájọ́ wọn mọ fọwọ́ tí ọ gẹ́gẹ́ ni àwọn alágbára jagun tí wọ́n ti jagun ṣáájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n mọ fi ọtí ọ gẹ́gẹ́ ni kó o dúwà ọlọ́fin ọba àkàlà wàṣọrun àjàká àjàngà tíẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀fúfọ̀ tẹ́rí tánáfọ́fúnná òun náà mẹ́rú ọmọdékùnrin sábà aborílá aborí koko alùfúlù àbá àgùnbù ògèdèǹgbé ẹgbẹ́gbùngbùrù olè jẹ́sà ṣàgó. máa gbọ́ náà sẹ́ńdọ̀ ọmọdé yẹn mọ́ o ń bọ̀ ṣàgó tí mo gùn làyà wáyé náà ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ìsàmbolo ti ní pẹ̀tùpẹ̀tù tiẹ̀ ṣe ọ̀gbárùgbà lárúgbó ọ̀nùbọ̀lọ̀ rẹ̀ jó ògùn làyà ọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀ yẹn rí kẹ́ni ẹ̀ máa ń de bàbá rẹ lọ òun kàtàrí gbàgbà kẹ́ni ẹ̀ máa ń de bàbá rẹ lọ alárúgbó parúmọ́ Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ní oṣù lójú òde gbangba Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ó ti di kókó dù ó ti wà lókè ẹni ẹ bá ní ọjà kọ́kọ́ máa kú ni máa gbá o sórí má bẹ̀rù ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́ òòrí ní gbogbo fùlùfùlù labalábá tí wọ́n ń dìbò lẹ́kùn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ọ̀sà òòrí bí wọ́n ti ń wo sọ àkísà máa gbá o yẹ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà tó bá lóye akọ́dà ayé ọgbọ́n ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ní ẹja fọwọ́tì àti yìí débi tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹja fọ tẹ́lẹ̀ èmi ju ìwọ òdù mi kò lè gbé wa débi kankan pa akọ́dà ayé ọgbọ́n ẹja pàwọ́pọ̀ ká bí ẹni tó lu wá fi sẹ́ni lárugẹ ni ẹ máa gbọ́ oyin bọ́ yẹn sẹ́wọ́n máa fara oyin ni igi igbó sórí pọ̀ wọ́n dìgbẹ́ ẹ̀rí ni àwọn àgbàlagbà wọ́n ní bí orí bá dúró tọrùn inú ó dé ìwọ̀n tọ̀tọ̀ gan ni Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ yé máa bá ọjọ́ òní ọjọ́ burúkú tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ṣùgbọ́n o àwọn tí wọ́n ṣerú ẹ̀ wọn ò lè mú jẹ́ ẹ̀ má ṣe pé ṣùgbọ́n nu rẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan ọba tí ń
àtúnpadà bọ̀ ìmọ́lẹ̀ thank you.
àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo nǹkan ọba tí ń jẹ́ àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tó mú kọ́jọ́ òní wáyé má ṣe pé o ṣùgbọ́n má jẹnu rẹ̀ ó gbófo gbogbo nǹkan ọba pátápátá àrò ní ọmọ ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ orí bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n mọ fèyísè lọ́lé wa kì í ṣe é mọ̀ wọ́n lè bí lẹ́rìí wípé ìtàlọ́kọrin ìwòtọ́ lápẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbájá ní tàmẹ́dọ́ ni ìmọ̀lẹ́ akéwìrì ọmọ wọn ló gbòmọ̀ṣọ́ ajílété mo bólúwa mi dúpẹ́ mo bẹ̀rù àgbà.
So Emma Bino, we have to because that was a message that I need to just clear out, and I will do proper clearing out of that. But in case we know the old idea. What about a Gbóhùn chief? So now, don't want reference. Emma Bino, we have to divert the program a little bit, because this is very important, and I need to clear that out. So what I want to do again now is, hey, Chief Uti, Oti Kidupa Onitiri, Oti Dupa Lawe. Can you imagine? Did you get the message? Because what they know is that one up with Intoban saw with Chief Ushe, people will believe that nonsense. Ẹ ti gbọ́ fídíò yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Níbo ni Chief dárúkọ olórí burúkú ìyàwó èrè yẹn? Níbo lẹ ti gbọ́ tí Chief dárúkọ ẹ̀? In the whole address to us. So why are they now bringing out a statement? Maybe more statement. You can see the reason why we say we are dealing with a criminal woman. Now, the platform. But they always know that Toba ti sọ pé Chief is on kankan tí ó reference sí. Now it's like she's thinking she can get a glory from that. Hey, Chief ti kí Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí o, hey! Ìyẹn ni gbogbo èèyàn máa gbé dání. Okay. So, anyway, anytime send that fake message, You're just wasting your time. It is too late. Àṣírí woman yẹn ti tú. Gbogbo tó kàn ṣe nísìn. Just a distraction. What if it's distract you? That is what the 419 woman wants to do. But Nijeko fit disturb her. So we just continue. So that is the message. In case you come across the voice note that I've just produced right now, let us get that voice note out just to make sure that they are not putting a wrong narrative out there. So let's come back to our conversation. We are now just under 1 hour 30 minutes. As you saw, Lori Kogi State, Waluri, this Ajaokuta project that has been the Ajaokuta is gawking money. Billions and billions and billions continue to be put into it, but it can't survive. But yet they are saying that maybe Tinubu will revive Ajaokuta. I don't know about that. So let's come back to the conversation. Afternoon to everyone that have joined us so far. Now let's go back. I had that short interlude.
The concession. So I wonder why Nigeria would actually re-engage them on the same grounds whereby we have clear proof that there was fraud and mismanagement of resources. So are we expecting something different? I mean, we all know that leopards really change their spots, but I'm quite hopeful, and I pray that somehow the minister will be able to convince us that he has been able to negotiate a better package for Nigeria. That's...
one would have thought that before renegotiating, there would be a clear plan. I mean, for everyone to see, okay. But before the 8 years that the Ajaokuta Steel complex was in, as you say, taken hostage, there were the years where it just was there and owned by the federal government and not being productive. What do you think we should be looking for now that the federal government's collected it back? Look for more investors. What kind of investors are we looking at?
I would like to start with the first valid point you made, which you said you were expecting that by now there will be a business plan. This government is one which speaks about transparency, due diligence, accountability. And here we have Nigeria signing up to Global Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, Itape, without a business plan. I mean, they are just about now starting to draft a business plan for the iron ore company. And what if the business plan that they are going to present in 105 days is not okay with us, with our needs, with our diversification needs? What happens then? Are we just found ourselves caught up between the devil and the deep blue sea, and we thought, the only way out now is to just save Ajaokuta. But we are forgetting that Ajaokuta is nothing without Itape, and Itape is actually the meat. Ajaokuta was created because of Itape. So if Nigeria is now given the most important part, the battery of the life of Nigeria's iron and steel company, in the hands of people who worldwide are renowned fraudulent and bank defaulters, what do we expect? So it's a whole lot, but I would think that one of the ways we could...
So, not to go too much into the video, we've got the message. So when we have been saying to our now let's come back to Kogi State. Let's review again, the Kogi State. Ajaokuta is not going to work. Should we remain Nigerians? There's no doubt. So Toba assume, Toba feel one day Ajaokuta will just prop up. It will be, one place that you can walk and you will be able to. No, Ajaokuta is not. It is time now that everybody. So now let's go back again. Kogi State. Let's look at the previous governor so that we have that as well. So let's go back and look at some of the governors that have run the affairs of the state. Danladi Mohammed was an administrator on the 28th of August 1991 up to January 1992, military. Abubakar Udu was the governor in January 1992 up to November 1993 under the NRC, the first democratically elected governor. Colonel Paul Omero was an administrator from 9th of December 1993 up to the 22nd of August 1996, a military. Colonel Bizigo Afakia, administrator from 22nd of August 1996 up to August 1998, military. So that means a year before the transition into this fraudulent democracy to one Shefunyi. Augustine Anibo, no, we talked about that already, is it? Yeah, no, Augustine Anibo was the administrator from August 1998 up to the point of May 29, 1999. Mukia Comfort Ologunja, Onitiri and Ijile, a group should go and cover their head in shame. And when you want to cook in out pay, Igboho, Onki, hello?
Yeah, Ekushe Kogi.
Yeah,
I just quickly want to share my report 2 years ago on the same Ajaokuta issue.
Okay.
Now, just the way you said it, Ajaokuta cannot work, and it's not a cause because Nigeria government don't want it to work. They are not sincere about it. I want to invest. The investors to go pay the iṣẹ́ l'Ajaokuta. They are Russian government. Àwọn ló gba iṣẹ́ Ajaokuta. Èyí tí obìnrin yẹn ń sọ wípé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá gbé committee kan kó lọ máa draft plan fún bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. There is existing plan for Ajaokuta. And Obasanjo borrow money, use Nigeria name to borrow money to invest into that place, believing that Ajaokuta will be productive and Nigeria will pay back the debt. And Nigeria will be producing steel. That is the reason they brought that motto, vision, and came to Nigeria. So we have many automobile industry that believe in steel production of Nigeria, iron ore in Nigeria, and they started moving in. But when Obasanjo left and the Dabaru, all this thing and every other thing, the automobile industry cannot continue because they are still buying steel from outside, whereas they are still in Nigeria. So the production that they were producing, they did not maximize it because of government nepotism. And when the military take over fully, they abandon the Russians and send the Russian packing. So the Ajaokuta project remain half done. There are some faculty of the Ajaokuta that is functioning. Nigeria was producing steel. It's not that they were not producing at all. Production has started, but it hasn't reached optimum production. And there are many facets of Ajaokuta. It's like conglomerate of company. A company that exists because of one particular resources, and that resources to come out produce a lot of company in that place. That is Ajaokuta project. So because the main company production was sabotaged, the rest company cannot exist. That was the problem. And when I think during Yaradua time, when Nigerian government, that's when I got the report, when Nigerian government privatized Ajaokuta between Yaradua to Jonathan time, they privatized Ajaokuta. They sell Ajaokuta to themselves, these Nigerians. Do you know what happened? They will not say that outside. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń ta Ajaokuta kìíní yẹn fún. Wọ́n lọ lùtì àwọn expensive machine. Táwọn Russians yẹn install síbẹ̀ yẹn tí wọ́n fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ because they now have the ownership or the right of the business because they privatize it to them. It's now their business now. They pay to own it. They are looting those machines and they were selling them out. Machines that you can never, individual companies cannot to buy it. It make millions of dollars. Then the Viraru machine again. They were looting those machines away freely unopposed because it's now their property and they were selling it off. So production or productivity of that place is not their priority. They pay to acquire those machines and loot it and sell it off. So now that Ajaokuta is completely dead. So Baba is now there saying that they are releasing this thing, they are collecting it, but it's not productive. What is it today? How will it be productive when you share the loot among yourselves? If I want to take before she won't alive, why can't you arrest them and ask them how they do about if they send proof to that Ajaokuta a conglomerate of industries, especially if it doesn't produce it, still here go. A lot of people that know Ajaokuta when the Russians were there will fall down and start crying because all those machines have been looted away. There's one of our guys that went there because he was camera méjì ló ń lò ẹyọ kan lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n rí ọgbà camera ìkejì yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ọ̀fọ̀mọ́lẹ̀ wípé the camera cannot go out. So backup tó ní lókè ta tó fi bẹ̀yẹn hàn wá wípé look at this place. This place before was it is just 1 out of 20 of that place where equipment and machines were stored. And the machines were they are old ancient machines, millions of dollars, not very rare machine there. Gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti kó gbogbo machine yẹn lọ koríko tí ń wù ní gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ because they private. Now the issue is Jonathan is alive. If Yar'Adua is dead, Jonathan is alive. Can't you know who called Jonathan? Who do you sell this? Who do you privatize this thing to? Let them come out and explain what happened to all this equipment. So you are going to 13 empty grand back. How will you empty grand? It's like one fi the equipment gbogbo lé. Ẹ wá gbé rent. Ẹ wá rówó bẹ́ẹ̀ wá padà ẹ wá gbà padà. Nígbà tẹ́ máa gbà padà gbogbo equipment wà nílé ẹ̀ rí mọ́. Òkòrò fún kò tí ẹ̀ sílé gan wọ́n ti fi loot window lọ. Wọ́n ti loot ilé gan ti crack. Kò sí kankan mọ́ and you believe that ẹ ti gbàgbé padà ẹ wá fẹ́ máa tún lé ṣe. What happened to all the apparatus, equipment or furnitures that you put in the house when you take the rent? These are factors. So Tinubu cannot make Nigeria to suffer again to build empty something. When he will leave office, another will come there and now loot it again. They should enough of suffering Nigeria for no reason, for nothing sake. Thank you. If they cannot prove themselves or arrest themselves, they should stop impoverishing and punishing Nigerians in the name that they want to build Nigeria. Who care about Nigeria? Or they care for themselves. Thank you.
Eshegoni Muki, analyst, and he can also call in anytime because he's one of the team, that also help us on this platform. Muki Momiwa Grandma Esther Ewetuga, Ekabo Soretuma, JP, Daddy Wa Dennis, Opiro, Dudua Republic, Opiro Nation, Muki, Intetiwole, Mema Binokwe, to reference Uruko Wui, because about is serious about, I don't want to be distracted too much. I'm still focusing again. While Bishop took an intel in the now I picked up few things. Let's read them as I have them as well. The first one, then I'm our video, another video. I think governor and listing clear out. These are the former governors from Kogi State. I think we stopped at about 1999. So democracy daily 24 years ago precisely, the first governor to Woleni 1999 was Abubakar Udu. I think he died, if I'm right. Yeah, he died due to bleeding. let me copy this out because I'm going to talk about him as well. So let's come back out again. I'm sorry, Nipa Abubakar Udu. But let's first talk about the list of governors. So Abubakar Udu was the first governor. And it would be nice to know his background, because what we have seen is that nígbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ 1999 yẹn, the same set of people, àwọn náà ni wọ́n ń ṣe, àwọn ni wọ́n padà wá di politician mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, whether from the military, bá ṣe rí Kogi Kwara State, ẹ rántí pé ní Kwara, a rí pé níkan náà àwọn governor tí a pè ní Lawal, wọ́n á pín àpọn tó fún wa ní coffee bot àbí kankan, mọ́mí wa náà ni mo jẹ́rìí, àwọn náà ti ní kí n lọ ra coffee, ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá mi dáadáa, alálùbáríkà, ẹ bá ń fún wa ní £3, even if it's every day, àwọn iná bá ṣàn dáta ẹ máa jẹun, ẹ máa ra nǹkankan, ẹ ṣé gan ni, apart from àwọn regulars ní tẹ̀ fún wa, and we really appreciate, we're grateful. Mo kí Ọlákúnlé, ẹ má bínú, I can say everybody's name, but mo ń ka comment yìí tí bá feel pé I can talk about Wari sọ pé steel, gold, silver, zinc, copper, aluminium, manganese, cotton, lime, tin are by themselves currency. And you're right, because tá bá wo data wa tá máa ń lò ní bíbá, right? When we look at all these data that we have here, you will realize that, a lot of our export, ó yẹ kó pọ̀ jù báyìí lọ. And when you look of let's see from here, paper, miscellaneous, no, let's come back here. Precious metal. So tá bá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa precious metal, right? Precious metals. So precious metals, iron, non-iron and steel. So again, Belgium is buying a lot. Czech Republic is buying a lot. Belgium is buying about 52.5%. Belgium apologize. Belgium and Amsterdam. United States is buying also from us. Germany, Japan. So gbogbo wọn ló need this raw material. Àdètàbá sọ fún yín pé kòkó ọbẹ̀ wọn ní Nàìjíríà, àwọn èèyàn kì í believe. I don't know why. Let's click on this one now. Yeah. So Belgium, Czech, àti Germany, United Kingdom, Spain, Japan, Chinese Taipei, United Arab Emirates, and I will do your respect to Anita. I mean, some of them do, but not every one of them, because àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń gbé ní Arab country, especially in the UAE, gbogbo wa ló ń complain. But whereas the same country ó ra to the tune of $22,000 of our iron ore, non-iron and steel, slag, ash, and residuals. So what I'm trying to say is that ó yẹ kí Nàìjíríà máa fún wọn ní àwọn ọmọ ìlú mi tó bá ń gbé pẹ̀lú yín. It doesn't matter wherever they are. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ respect wọn, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fún wọn ní value. Including àwọn ọmọ Kogi tó bá ń gbé níbẹ̀, mo tẹ̀mọ̀ bí àwọn Kogi travel púpọ̀, but mo mọ̀ pé aunty wa kan wà ní UK and she's doing very well. Kọ́lọ́n túbọ̀ bá ń kẹ́ wọn dáadáa. Doing it, I can't reveal where she works, but I know where she works. Very great job she's doing. So, and at the end of the day, àwọn tó wà nílé, they don't seem to get the message. We need to close some of this so that command too much, I can always come back to Ajaokuta anytime. So, mo fẹ́ padà sórí Ọbásanjọ́. Bọ̀ká tó padà sórí Ọbásanjọ́, mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa the governor tó kọ́kọ́ wọlé, wọ́n bí ní 1947, October, ìyẹn Abubakar Udu, was a Nigerian career banker and a politician who was the first civilian governor of Kogi State. He ruled Kogi State twice. First, in the Third Republic. Èwo tún ni Third Republic? The Third Republic ní 1999. And Second and the Fourth Republic. I'm lost now. His first tenure was from January 1992 up until 1993. So you can see that they are the same set of people. I want the same set of people here because what ti ráyè rí owó kó jẹ. And and we all know Nigerian politics. Tó bá ní you know, I mean, I'm not even saying billion, but over nothing close to 100 million. Oh, they say Nigerian politics, especially if you want to be a governor. 100 million, go carry, you'll be talking about 1 billion. And to have the Kilon Pelisi, Dino Malaye, tó náà fẹ́ jẹ governor, ó ti ní 1 billion tó fẹ́ ná. Ó ti ní 1 billion. Tó bá wá ní 1 billion yẹn, ó máa ní àwọn kan tó máa fún ní part of that money. Tó máa jẹ́ bí collateral, tó bá ti lè di governor, ó gbogbo gbọdọ̀ yanjú àwọn yẹn náà. I don't know whether it's a YouTube, because it seems that, you know, it's on lagging it. Yeah, on lag, I can see that. Okay, I think I know why. I have too many things open on the background. Let me close them as well. But they upload. So think about them upload. It might affect the streaming. But to close it, I can always go back and you know, do that later. So multi drop frames in there. So the Explorer, the Microsoft Edge is no longer open. And I think I'm uploading on this as well. So again, you could not load the Wi-Fi. So again, you could load the Wi-Fi here. So that we continue about upload. Because video to Moshile Kwenye more uploaded. Yami Genes Fasha continue. Okay, sir, it is a trick. How can you say Igboho ki Dupe Onitiri? I mean, video Saturday. I want to talk about it. I want to call statement here. Mo want to statement oko. But we statement here, and I'm sure we can share current statement anyway. I'm sure we in touch any way. Wọ́n lọ mú statement Timothy Kotele. Wọ́n wá add ibi tí wọ́n wá add mọ́ pé Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí pé a kí Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí nínú ẹ̀. Because Dúpẹ́ joined us not even in 2021, but at the end of the day, article tí statement gangan sẹ̀ tó bá yẹ pé statement are released ni, this was a statement on 2021. So I don't know. I'm lost now. No. Last year. So it touch ni pé last year yẹn àwọn wá àdí ti Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí mọ́ wọ́n wá push it out. Wọ́n wá make it as a new statement. These are criminals, element of people. Mo wá bí tó ti kọ Dúpẹ́ síbẹ̀. Because 1st of July 2022 ló wà lórí statement yìí. So ìtọ́wá ṣe ni pé nínú statement yẹn wọ́n wá kọ síbẹ̀ pé Ìgbòho ńkọ́ ó ń kí Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí. Can you imagine? Anyway, we leave that and let's focus back to Kogi State. Eshigoni, Monua Comfort Ologunjani. This is their current politics. Running from 1999 is the Third Republic. Okay, Eshigoni. So I had to get anything because the Second Republic, tí wọ́n sọ ní bíbá, wọ́n ló rule láti 1992. Títí dé 93, ó dà pé time yẹn ni ìjọba tí I expect to máa change over pé nígbà tí wọ́n lọ ṣe election 1993. I don't know, mo ṣe ń try láti kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin méjì yẹn concept because I'm a bit confused now. Ẹ má bínú omi tí yàn bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ yàn máa ń béèrè náà ni o. Ṣebí ìjọba military ló ń run ní show. Nígbà wo la tún wá ní civilian láàrin 1 year yẹn? Ẹ jẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún mi tó bá bishop ṣe ṣe wà ní ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa. Ẹ bá lè pè wọlé. Because 1991 èmi wà ní secondary school, 1992 mo ṣì wà ní secondary school, 93, 95 ni mo ṣe tán. So I'm a bit lost now. Ṣé a ní civilian rule láàrin méjì yẹn ni? Because ìgbà ó ní Babangida gan lọ. Ṣé Babangida ṣé gbà tó step aside ni wọ́n dá padà sí civilian láàrin méjì yẹn kó tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ tún di yánpọnyánrin tí Abacha dé? I'm lost now. Then tí yàn bá mọ̀ yàn máa ń béèrè kí yàn má bàa ṣìnà. Because I keep saying this, àrí náà nígbà tá à ń ṣe ti Kwara, so that ká lè tètè rectify ẹ̀ nísìnyí tó ti bá máa ṣe ti next state, ìyẹn á ti lè ná idea. Ṣé 1992 to 93 yẹn tí wọ́n máa ń sọ yìí, ṣé civilian government la wà nígbà yẹn? Ṣé ìgbà yẹn ni Babangida step aside ni? Torí I don't know. Because mo mọ̀ pé ìgbà wọn ni Babangida tẹ̀ ṣe tán náà. Nigeria is just a crazy country. Because tèmi ò bá lè gẹ́tẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn táwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ ní síta kan sọ pé 90 ẹlòmíì ọmọ kankan náà ẹ̀sùn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ èmi tèmi ṣe èmi náà wà ní secondary school náà kà má tẹ̀ tí wàá sáwọn tó tẹ̀ ṣe tán. When did Babangida náà kò ṣe pé die Babangida tenure Finished. Ibrahim Babangida. How long did Babangida rule Nigeria? Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida ruled from 1985 and resigned in 1993. So ibo ni àwọn civilian yẹn ti wá ráyè wọlé tó fi di governor ní 1992 to 1993. Ṣé Babangida ló create yẹn? Okay, Second Republic was from 1979 to 1983. Okay, gba Shonekan. No, but Babangida ṣetán ní 1993. Mr. John, intimo béèrè ni pé 1992 tá máa ń sọ yẹn 1992 òun ṣe ìgbà tí Babangida gba ẹ mọ̀ pé nísìnyí wọ́n ní gómìnà yìí jẹ gómìnà ní 1992 dé 1993. Ẹ pè wọlé nọ́mbà mi yẹn lórí screen nọ́mbà mi ló ń ṣò yẹn wúlò lórí screen kò sẹ́ni tó lè mí sàn wúlò àlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kí ni kó fi mi ẹ pè òun lò nọ́mbà yẹn ló ń ṣò yẹn lókè +44 because a gbọ́dọ̀ get àárín yẹn because the same set of people yìí náà lọ tún sáré padà wá. Yeah, mo ti get message yìí pé nǹkan tí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí náà mi ń tẹ́ pé wọlé the line is WhatsApp +44 because what we have seen is that àwọn the same set of people náà lọ ń gbéra wọn wá lọ́tún wá join ní 1999 wọ́n ti lówó lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti ní opportunity so kò sẹ́ni tó lè compete pẹ̀lú wọn kò win because they have the money. Ó yẹ bá wa dá sí i à ń gbọ́ yín ní kíákíá.
Governor yẹn ọ̀rẹ́ ìwọ̀n tó kúrò ní as governor as military officers some of them came back as military governor again bí Lawal they came back again so ọkọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí governor ni àwọn states náà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn governors wọn were former military officers àti ẹgbẹ́ tí wọ́n á dùgbà civilian some of them came back again. I
understand but ntimo fi ṣàlàyé gangan ni pé between that 1 year ṣé gbogbo state ni wọ́n fún ní that same opportunity pé wọ́n sọ di civilian because 1 year. No. Wọ́n sọ di civilian no. So that means pé he was not a civilian governor nígbà yẹn he was a military guy. No. Military no. So tí mo fẹ́ mọ̀ ni so that means pé bàbá ní pé ó ṣe governor he was a military governor nígbà yẹn ìyẹn bàbá Adu.
Yes. No, Audu was never a military governor. Audu was never a military personnel.
So, but báwo ló ń ṣe wá di governor yẹn ní 1992? Báwo ló ṣe gba position yẹn?
Ní 1992.
Yes.
Ní 1992, Audu was never a military governor.
But a mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe military governor. But báwo ló ń ṣe ó contest ni ṣé wọ́n appointed ni ṣá.
When Audu became governor, Audu contested an election. But ṣe ni pé Audu òun àtẹnìkan lọ́jọ́ kan tó dáa pé Audu.
Ní yẹ̀ wo lẹ́yìn sọ yìí ká lè clear yẹ̀ wo lẹ́yìn sọ yìí.
Ní 1999.
Àní ẹ ti fast forward nìyẹn àní àṣì sọ̀rọ̀ lórí 92 lèmi sọ nísìn because in terms of nísìn pé his first tenure was from January 1992 until November 1993 mo wá fẹ́ mọ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárín yẹn.
In 1992.
Yes.
And so we never had a military government. It was Babangida's time.
Yes, okay.
So Audu was never Audu million. So I have no more mistaken. Audu Audu. So Audu million. Okay. Audu governor.
Well, I don't know why they put it there as a Wikipedia. That means I want to update it. Wikipedia all wrong.
No.
All right. Because I got the master. I got to clarify, especially we have a lot of. But mo mọ̀ pé 1999 ó dé ní 1999 ó ṣe títí dé 2003 he died due to bleeding ulcer shortly after the announcement of the election. Mo rántí pé òun ló kú nígbà yẹn ó dẹ̀ pé òun ló kú tí Yàyà Bello fi dé àbí. Okay but òun ló kú ní Yàyà Bello fi wọlé eléyìí ló kú ní kò Yàyà Bello was not on the anything rárá wọ́n kọ̀ lọ gbé Yàyà Bello kọ̀ dọ́kọ̀. About to say misbehave, bomb bastard. Thank you so much. All right. So we have cleared that now. So Eshegoni. So definitely, we know. Now let's go and look at his early life. Adu was born on October 27, 1947, to the family of a royal highness, the late Pa Udu Oyidi Orego Ata of Igala land, and the paramount ruler of Ogboncha Aloma in Ofu local government area of Kogi State. Olo primary school or secondary, blah, blah, blah. professional career. Wọ́n after a stint as a bank worker, Udu later proceeded to London. London in history gan rẹpẹtẹ lọ́wọ́ o. Fela say we have the same politicians that I've had since 1960. My brother, no be juju be that. Òun náà ló yà mí lẹ́nu. Just same set of people. Wọ́n kàn sọ di rover. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tí o bá dé láti airport, àwọn ẹni tó travel nìyẹn ṣá o. A máa rí báàgì, a máa rotate. Tí Nàìjíríà nìkan ni kò rotate, gbogbo ẹ ti bàjẹ́. London yìí náà ṣá ni. Ṣé pé òun náà wá sí London from 1975 to 1978, where he studied banking and personnel management, obtained a professional qualification as a certified secretary. Okay, he spent 25 years with the First Bank, formerly known as the Standard Bank. Here he served in various capacities up to the management level until 1991. He also made history at the bank as the first training officer of African descent, blah, blah, blah. In 1991, he was appointed executive to definitely banking sector, Arowokoje, both Arowokoje and the network. Because banking sector, nígbà yẹn, oyè mi o. So, in 1986, he was appointed as the Commissioner for Finance and Economic Planning in Old Benue State. He served in this capacity until 1988, when the cabinet was dissolved. He then returned to First Bank of Nigeria PLC as General Manager. In August 1991, Kogi State was created. Okay. So wọ́n yọ Kogi látara Benue àti Kwara State díẹ̀. So that means pé inú Benue lòun ti ń operate tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó di pé wọ́n yọ papọ̀. Nàìjíríà yọ lọ. Mo sọ lánàá nígbà tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nínú program tààrọ̀ pé wọ́n ti jẹlẹ̀ mọ́ ilẹ̀ tó pọ̀. Thank you, Waris. Only 1992, metaphorically a military republic, but not a second democratic republic. Thank you so much. So let's go further. So this coincide with one of Nigeria's many previous encounters with democracy, and Udu being part of those who advocate for the creation of the convention NRC. He won the election held in November 1991. He was subsequently sworn in as the first executive governor of Kogi State in January 1992. Now I get the message. Nígbà tó create Kogi ní 1991. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ fìyàn kan síbẹ̀. So we contest under the National Republican Park Convention. It was subsequently sworn in. So he was still a governor in 1992. In 1998, democracy was again reintroduced, and Udu, now with the All Nigerian People's Party, ANPP, was elected again with over 700,000 votes. Yeah, Kogi was carved out from Benue and Kwara State. Thank you so much. And I'm sure again, àwọn tó jẹ́ indigenous ibẹ̀ yẹn wá ti yọ wọ́n kúrò. Ṣé rí pé what we are dealing with every day, àwọn kan tá a rí tá a mọ̀ rárá. A kò gbọ́ pé Udu di governor, but nísìnyí àwọn aṣẹ rẹ̀ láti pé they are just the same criminals. So I don't want to waste too much energy on this because I should need 4 more days to go in talking about them. Major achievement is social economic contribution. Tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa ní state, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀, ẹ̀yin ará Kogi State. I am not from Kogi, so a lè láì díà. So tó bá ṣe dáadáa nígbà tó wà níbẹ̀ kó tó di pé ọlọ́jọ́ dé, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. His social economic contribution in the state is to date a point of reference to the generality of the people and many aspiring leaders. Some of his major achievements during his brief first term of office include the establishment of 3 different housing schemes for public officers. Ṣé public officer gan ṣe bí ẹ̀kọ́ ti kọ́lé rẹpẹtẹ fáwọn yẹn? Kó lè jẹ́ pé aráàlú lọ́mọ máa kọ́lé fún. Ẹ̀mí à ń kọ́lé fún public officer. It's just the same process that they're not taking care of anybody. Mórí ẹ̀rẹ̀ ní official. Ọlábàndó ti gbogbo yín. I know it's not easy, especially fẹ́yìn ọ̀dọ́ wa nílé. But I wish I can do something to it, but I don't have the power. Kí ló tún ṣe níbẹ̀? Wọ́n ó ṣe 1,500 housing units in Lokoja. Transformation of Lokoja Township to asphalt road. Street light, aesthetic roundabout, the construction of inter-township and rural road, over 75 electrification scheme and 50 water projects. Mo pe àwọn yẹn sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ ṣá o. Others include the founding of Kogi State Polytechnic. Anyway, aunty mi tó wà ní tó jọmọ Kogi, táwọn bá gbọ́ program yìí, wá ṣàlàyé fún mi tó ṣe tí tó ṣe. The establishment of television station mo rí kankan tó sọ pé Lugard ni mo ṣe ń kà lọ síwájú o torí mo ti ń rí Lugard níbẹ̀ yẹn. The establishment of a television radio station, both AM and FM, a state newspaper, the graphic and transformation of the colonial resident of Lord Lugard. So Lugard yẹn wàhálà tó dálẹ̀ ṣáìdì Kogi ni. Wọ́n ó tún resident Lugard ṣe. Ìyẹn Lugard ta Frederick John Daughtry Lugard. Èyí tá ń fẹ́ pé one Nigeria grandfather yín lélẹ́yìí o. 8F19 mo kí ẹ coolest_gold àtẹ̀yìn tí ẹ wà lórí program. I believe we are close to almost 3 hours. I open phone line in a short while. Lè parí Kogi state lẹ́nìí so ibi tí bá kàdé náà ni. But according to ìtàgbọ́ ni pé bọ̀bọ́ì ó tún ibi ilé Lugard ṣe. Màá ní kí a lọ wá àwọn ọmọ wa tó wà ní tẹ́ bá wà ní Kogi tẹ́ bá mọ exact point ibi tí resident tó ń sọ yìí wà. It would be nice to to find out and do a short documentary or video out of it. So that is how far we can go on that. So come out with too much energy. Mo fẹ́ padà again sorry the next governor after àwọn Ibrahim Idris, governor from May 29, 2003 to 6 of February 2008. Clarence Obafemi of Olafemi, acting governor from 6 of February 2008 up to 29th of March 2008, PDP. Ibrahim Idris was the governor láti March 29, 2008. Ìdí tí kíní tí wọ́n rẹ̀ ṣe rhyme ni pé ìjà wà láàrin wọn so bí kan ṣe ń wọlé tó bá ti lọ sí court wá yọ wọn kúrò. Yes, Lord Lugard aka koikimedia's friend. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ bá mọ ibi tí ilé yẹn wà. It would be nice to have a current what it looks like even after the governor done so much. He assumed office after the removal of the governor Ibrahim. Kí ló dé tó ṣe yọ Ibrahim Idris tó jalè ní ẹ̀ka sáyé wò. He's also a Nigerian gbogbo ọ̀nà ni Nigerian politician and businessman. Businessman tí wọ́n ní kankan tó ń ṣe tó bá ní their businessman or produce anything. Ibrahim Idris is a Nigerian politician and a businessman who served as governor of Kogi State láti 2003 to 2000. Kọ́tò yọ̀yàn àti kówó jẹ. He's a member of the People's Democratic Party. Idris was succeeded by his brother-in-law, Captain Idris Wada, àwọn yẹn tẹ̀ ń pín láàrin ara wọn ni, who won election in December 2011 and took the office in January 2012. Ẹ má bínú pé mo wà too fast. Ibrahim Idris was born again in 1949 at Ida town, Ida local government area of Kogi State. He started his primary education in 1954 in Onitsha, Anambra State. In 1962, he moved to Kano, where he completed his blah, 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 blah. ADCL line flight 53 miracle. On October 29, 2006, plane crash. His 3 daughters survived. Okay. His 3 daughters survived the accident along with 6 other people. About this, he claimed, "This is superlative show of mercy to me and my family, Almighty Allah. I lack words to express my gratitude. I can only call on Nigerians and indeed humanity in general to join me in thanksgiving." Idris was espoused to Zainab Ibrahim Idris, who died on 31st of May 2014 from cancer-related. Ṣé òun fúnra rẹ̀ ṣì wà alive ṣá? I think so. I think so, yeah. Interesting time, in that country. Nigeria is just, mo fẹ́ lọ wojú ẹ̀ dáadáa. Òun lélẹ̀. Yeah, òun lélẹ̀. Ibrahim Idris. Òun lélẹ̀. Kogi ex-governor declares to contest PDP national chairman. They are all the same. Wọ́n kàn revolve it. He rebuilt Lord Lugard building. Did he want to be thriving their just waste of misappropriate state fund? Wow, Nigeria. Let's move swiftly. How many hours have we done so far? We are just 2 hours, so we're good with time. The line is open if you want to call in before the 3 hours knock. So we end this program in 1 hour exactly. We're not too late. Kogi Assembly invite ex-governor Idris over state shares. Only shares nínú Dangote cement. Interesting. Kogi Assembly invite the ex-governor. Ṣé rí pé Dangote refinery Dangote project ṣẹ̀dá àwọn tó ń kówó síbẹ̀ owó tó yẹ kó fi run the state wọ́n injected láti fi ra shares ẹ jẹ́ ká ka article yìí. The Kogi State House of Assembly on Tuesday summoned the former governor Ibrahim Idris over the state's 10% shares in Dangote cement plant in Obajana. Ó dà pé ṣé Yàyà Bello ló ní problem pẹ̀lú Dangote ní Kogi yẹn. I think there was a stiff or whatever ní some months back ní Dangote cement factory ní Kogi State. The lawmakers summoned the ex-governor when the representatives of Dangote Cement could not explain the true position of the shares during a public hearing in Kogi State, in Lokoja rather. Dangote Cement legal officer Lima Salihu had told the lawmakers that the company's office present at the hearing were not privy to the agreement reached between the then Kogi State government and the company sometime in 2003. Níbi táwọn kan ti ń fa gbùrù ní London, tẹ́yìn fa gbùrù ní America, àwọn kówó state ní Kogi, ẹ̀yàn ọmọ kékeré mọ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ o. Home and abroad, àwọn kówó Kogi State wọ́n injected sínú Dangote cement business. Whether that is legal, I don't know. Whether it is legal that will bring back dividends that will support the state or bóyá governor nìkan. He said, distinguished legislators, what we have about the Dangote cement and Kogi are contained in the document we presented for you today. The person who is supposed to be here with us for this hearing is indisposed. But it will be available next week by God's grace. We are even pleading for a closed-door dialogue with either your top stakeholders or economic committee to see how we can resolve some of the grey areas. Tó bá ń sọ pé nǹkan grey areas, that means pé something tí yàn gbọ́dọ̀ fi glasses ẹ̀ máa wò dáadáa. Wọ́n ti ta gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dànù. Wọ́n ti ta gbogbo Nàìjíríà. Àwọn politicians yẹn wọ́n lè kúure rárá. Tó bá kúure wọ́n ní sùn síbi tí òkú wọn máa kú sí. Nítorí pé they have literally milked every part of the state. Òun kówó state ó lọ invested sínú Dangote cement. Only God knows. Ẹ wá gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á ní káwọn jọ ṣe closed door meeting. Torí àwọn grey area kan wà níbẹ̀ tí kò ní dá kó wá sí public consumption. Mo kí yín dáàdi wà fà. And then we are telling our people that tí bá ṣe fẹ́ máa continue lélẹ̀ ká máa kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ Yorùbá nation. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mọ tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ lọ sórí wa gbogbo ìtẹ́ máa ń bèrè pé ìgbà wo ló máa wáyé ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ confirm pé ẹ̀yin náà ò ní interest. Let's finish this. The Speaker of the House, Mr. Matthew Kolawole, accused the company of treating the matter with levity. He said, "We all agree at the last hearing that one of your informed executive directors will be here today to explain this and lay before us vital document. It is surprising that he is not here today. Also, the right documents were not given to us to help us know exactly how Kogi cement transmuted to Dangote cement." Nigeria is an illegal Mukimamiwa Esther way to go. This is why they don't want Nigeria to divide. But an average Nigerian is pointing finger. Eyomo Yoruba, ní Kogi, ní Kwara, ní Ekiti, ní Ondo. Ṣé gbogbo kọ́tà ń sọ ṣé kò ní mínì sí ni? Ṣé o mọ̀ pé reason tí life ẹ̀ ṣe wà at stake ni pé governor Kogi state ìyẹn former one Idris ó kówó state ó injected. Ẹ wá wo bí táwọn lè sọ nísìnyí pé ṣé Kogi cement ló transmute òyìnbó ètè pọ̀ jù ṣé òun ló transmuted lọ sí Dangote cement because bóyá kò jẹ́ pé Dangote cement ni bóyá Kogi cement ló yẹ kó pè. So tá bá sọ pé nǹkan transmute. Tá bá ní transmute. Bóyìnbó bá sọ pé transmute. Change in form, nature or substance. Tá bá wá mú lọ sí transmuted. Ìyẹn change in form of nature or substance. The raw material. Okay. So raw material kan wà ní Kogi tó fi ń ṣe sìmẹ́ǹtì. bóyá yẹ kó jẹ́ Kogi State Cement Factory wọ́n wá sign ìyẹn náà ṣe ní kó wá jẹ́ kó ṣe grey area so Dangote ti rí pé ẹrù wà níbẹ̀ yẹn òun wá sọ fún wọn pé ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kémi máa lò ó ó dà pé èèyàn kan ti pè kọrí miss coin náà briefly ni. Hello.
Honorable Koiki.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò sá.
Ó wà lórí ètò ni.
Bí a kì í pè é padà mọ́ wà lórí ètò yes sir.
Màá máa pè é níta oníkan mo fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ orúkú iṣẹ́ náà.
Ẹ ṣé gan daddy thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin daddy wa ẹ̀yàn kó wa tí ẹ fi feedback sílẹ̀ tẹ bá ní kankan tí ẹ fi sọ info@koikimedia.com but tó bá yẹ pé lórí Yorùbá Nation ẹ̀yin náà lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ YSDN iṣẹ́ gbogbo wa ni kò ń ṣiṣẹ́ èèyàn kan tó bá mọ tó ń pè ní YSDN chat type sórí Google ysdm.org àwọn ìlànà Amẹ́ríkà láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà wọ́n máa gbé rédíò kan jáde tó jẹ́ ti online version ni o tí wọ́n ń test lọ́wọ́ bó ti ṣe sọ fún mi a sì ní rédíò Ìjàngbara sì wà níbẹ̀ tí gbogbo yín rántí èyí tí Lamidi rédíò Ìjàngbara so ẹ jẹ́ kí ni all these are to make our message láti máa continue okay, I'm not sure is it down maybe bí wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ lé lórí because it doesn't seem to be running all right so now let's come back again so à ń bá ọ̀rọ̀ lọ pé transmute change in form nature or substance what do you mean by transmuted to change or alter in form appearance or nature so in terms of one nígbà nísìn ní táǹkà lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn òun dà Kogi State wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn Dangote Cement pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gan láàrin gómìnà yẹn àti Kogi State àti Dangote because bóyá probability èmi ò ní evidence yẹn níwájú but mo kàn go according to in tó wà níwájú wa maybe Kogi ló yẹ kó máa run organization yẹn factory yẹn but unfortunately Dangote lo pàdípàdí pẹ̀lú arákùnrin ó lo pàdípàdí pẹ̀lú ẹ jẹ́ ká type EFCC sí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ EFCC ká wo bí wọ́n wà nígbà yẹn Malaye ask EFCC olè níwọ náà oníkan investigator so Dino Malaye ask EFCC 2012 lélẹ́yò so kẹ́lẹ̀ rí pé wọ́n ti jẹ Nàìjíríà pa ìyàn kan ní all the cement companies being run by the state government were mostly sold to Dangote Cement. BBC Boko too was sold to him by the criminal governor. Interesting. Bàbá àti Nàìjíríà ò ṣe níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Because Dangote ló wá di monopoly mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ nísìn. With his 19 billion project Dangote refinery. Àwọn staff wọn kan tẹ̀tí lọ release video kan. I hope we all ma survive iṣẹ́ yẹn mọ́ nísìn. Pé irọ́ ló ń pa o Dangote refinery ò tí ready o and I'm sure that video should not come out but ó ti wà lórí social media but Dino Malaye ó ń sọ fún EFCC ní 2012 bí àwọn investigate èmi ò mọ̀ but Dino ó ń sọ ní 2012 àti wà ní 2023 ó ní a former member of House of Representatives okay. Interesting so Dino gan ti ṣe house rí kó tó lọ sí senator abẹ́ tó ń ṣe wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àwọn àbíkò ìjẹun o àwọn tó ṣe lówó rẹpẹtẹ lọ́wọ́ so Dino náà ti ṣe member house rí kó tó di pé lọ ṣe tòkè náà l'Abuja ọ̀gá o a former member of House of Representatives from Kogi State Dino Malaye has petitioned the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over alleged illegal acquisition of 10 luxurious property by the immediate past governor of the state, Ibrahim Idris. Òun tẹ̀ ń wò yìí, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Kogi. To links in Koiki Media, I don dey talk am. Dangote na the chief treasurer to the owners of Nigeria. Ẹ rí pé Dangote, ẹ rí bó ṣe ń súnmọ́ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu bí ìwà tó ń gbé nǹkan sí nǹkan lẹ́nu. Tinubu Dangote ẹ rí i pé ó mú Bill Gates lọ bá Tinubu. Àmọ́ tí Dangote tún mú Bill Gates lọ bá Tinubu bàbá, shine your eyes, má jẹ́ kó ta in tí kò ní wọ́ọ̀tì fún wa. Need the sound tí wọ́n for now. Dangote gbé Bill Gates ó lọ fi kí Tinubu. Gbogbo ọdẹ la mọ̀ pé Bill Gates tẹ́ ń rí máa wò pé òyìnbó ni ó ní mission ní tiẹ̀ nípa pharmaceutical Orídélé Aláké ọdún 4 náà ni Ìdílé Aláké ṣe sùúrù má wọrí ṣáà make sure pé o ra mọ́tò o ra lé sí abroad o tọ́jú àwọn family ẹ take advantage ẹ jẹ́ dáadáa torí pé Garba Shehu lórí burúkú kò jẹ́ kí Fẹ́mi Adésínà kó shine. Fẹ́mi Adésínà ló yẹ kó jẹ position Garba Shehu but Garba Shehu ló wá ṣe kí ni òun ló override so Délé Aláké jẹun sókè dáadáa ọdún 4 lẹ ní lẹ́yìn ọdún 4 ẹ tún padà wá fọ́dún 4 míì àwọn òyìnbó tẹ̀ ń rí tẹ̀ ń rán lọ tí bíjẹ́ ti lọ yìí wọ́n ń pariwo nísìnyí fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá dá mi lóhùn o Dangote lọ ní wọ́n ta sìmẹ́ǹtì fún ní Kogi state kí la mọ̀ tó tún fẹ́ tà fún nípa pé wọ́n ń gbé Bill Gates lọ tó mirí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀ bí aláǹgbá dárí pọ́n and evidence dey show pé Bill Gates mo ń bọ̀ torí ẹ mọ̀ pé mi máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú fact ni kí lorúkọ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn náà Àtẹ́bí Simon ó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Bill Gates ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbọ́. Say it. She tries everything to make Bill take talk. No, yẹn kọ́ ni mo wá. Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ n fi Nàìjíríà sí because bọ̀bọ́ yẹn máa ń bá wọn fà á gan ni. Ó dà ń pé orí Fox láti rí níjọ́ yẹn. I spoke with White House correspondent Simon February lele. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ sórí ó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Twitter Fox News picket. Baba Adesina, it is true, only Lafarge Cement Company refused to compromise, therefore restraining their Lafarge Cement export and others. Only Dangote Cement can be exported, only has the patent export right. Òtún làwọn tó kú sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìṣiríṣi Ọlọ́run ṣàánú ilé ayé wàhálà ti pọ̀ jù. Ilẹ̀ tí ń ṣe too much to me that. Ẹ rántí bọ̀bọ́ yìí àbẹ́ believe àbí ṣé ló lélẹ̀ tẹ̀ ń pa ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n tẹ̀ play video yìí but ẹ jẹ́ mo gbọ́dọ̀ close mo ń bọ̀ bàbá yìí níṣòro Ọbásanjọ́ màá wá sọ̀rọ̀ tiẹ̀ lọ́la lórí ìtàǹbálọ̀ ẹ̀ má bínú ìwà àti àkàkọ̀kọ̀ headline yẹn Ọbásanjọ́ government concession to Global Steel a major setback on Ajaokuta màkọ̀ fast forward Minister of Mines and Steel Olamilekan ó lè ní gbogbo àwọn eléyìí ó ṣe Ogun State lọ́ọ́ ti lọ mélèé jáde because mo mọ̀ pé ọmọ Ògùn ó ṣe lábẹ́ ó ṣiṣẹ́ fún Amosun. All these Yoruba people tó yẹ ká máa béèrè question lọ́wọ́ wọn lélẹ̀ but àwa lẹ̀ ń point finger sí pé àfijẹ́ ká lọ nígbà táwọn ilé wà níbẹ̀ tó sọ. This guy is not talking. Olamilekan Adegbite yesterday disclosed that the concession that was done in 2005 by the President Olusegun Obasanjo to Global Steel, which resulted in litigation and a demand of $7 billion by the company, was a major albatross on Ajaokuta. Adegbite noted that things went sour and the company took the Nigerian government to court. The court case, he added, went on for about 12 years, but thanks to a patriotic Nigerian lawyer in UK who handled the case very effectively. The minister made the disclosure while presenting the achievement of his ministry at the 9th edition of the President Muhammadu Buhari Scorecard from 2015 to 2023 series organized by Ministry of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the 419 Information Minister. Global Steel came with a demand of $7 billion, but our lawyer was able to punch holes in their case, and at the end, we had to settle for $496 million, the minister said. According to him, as we speak, 11 companies are presently involved in the concession bid for Ajaokuta Steel Company. Ilé ti jẹun sókè báyìí bó ṣe wà nísìnyí. Ẹ̀rí irun rẹ̀ bó ṣe funfun. They are all criminals. Àwọn Yorùbá tó fẹ́ ká lọ lélẹ́yìí. They are all part of the crime scene. Ajaokuta iná lélẹ̀. Kakọ̀ gbọ́ díẹ̀ ká tó padà sí interpret lẹ́kùn.
Production based around the highland district of Jos. Production collapsed from an average of 10,000 tons per year in the 1970s to 300 tons.
Gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ máa produce lélẹ̀. Inú yẹn á máa gbóná, ẹ wá máa convert sí nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́. Still, á máa iná ọ̀rárá iná ni. Òun ló ń wò yẹn, ọ̀rárá iná. Èmi kọ́ mo ní fídíò yìí, so mo dẹ̀ fi rí dì. Mo dẹ̀ manage YouTube mi ni. So a ti mọ nípa Idris, a tún máa padà wá sórí ẹ̀, o lè ní ẹ́, you are a criminal. Ẹ ti bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Headline wo là ń kà lọ níbẹ̀? O lè ní ẹ́ bàbá ẹ̀, o lè ní ẹ́. Get out. O ti dògbò sínú olè. 419, every single one of them. Ẹ jà close the lid there. Mo ń bọ̀ yín YSD. Bill Gates, ó lọ bá Tinubu. Okay, I need the audio. I can match the voiceover. Hey, picture. Hey, everybody tell me. Òyìnbó pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́, lúkú pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́. Dangote ló lọ fa Bill Gates wọlé báyìí fún Tinubu o. Tí wọ́n bá ti ń gbé ẹ̀dọ̀ òróró yín lọ kídìní yín, èmi kọ́ o. Ẹja gbọ́ lè kí n fi dìde díẹ̀ mú bọ̀. Ilé ìgbọ̀n kan ni mò ń wá bọ̀. Gbogbo wa ti gbọ́ fídíò tẹ́lẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́n tí màá yín sọ. Irọ́ ló ń pa ni, òótọ́ ló ń sọ ni. Organ harvesting question. Mò ń bọ̀.
This was a trick, and we know for sure that this was headed by an international organ trafficking cartel. They funded the National Assembly of some people estimate to the tune of 6.2 billion US dollars. They also bought all the Nigerian federal government hospitals at the cost of 3.2 billion US dollars. They even offered to buy all the Catholic hospitals for $2 billion, but the bishops refused that. So this is a well-organized cartel who are actually moving into Nigeria in order to actually buy up, or they have already paid an advance on all our organs. Anybody in the Federal Republic of Nigeria has no entitlement to their organs as it stands today with the law. And we know this for sure, that these are billionaires from the United States who funded this organ trafficking cartel to take the organs of Nigerians. Now, my colleague AGK had asked whether I was there when this cartel made a negotiation. The answer is yes, I was physically present in a deliberation. We were leaders of the to headquarters of General Electric, the biggest company in the world, the leading medical company in the world. I was representing the Catholic Medical Practitioners of Nigeria and the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria as the committee chairman of the National Health Act. And presiding over this National Health Act public hearing was Senator Ike Ekweremadu, who was then the Deputy Senate President. And
let me comment there. Who did you say was presiding?
Senator Ike Ekweremadu. He was the presiding senator for the bill public hearing. And the sponsor, the chief sponsor, was Ifeanyi Okowa, governor, but then Senator Ifeanyi Okowa. And just sitting by his side was also Dr. Chris Indige, so who was then a senator. So all of them were there, and I made this argument directly pointing out Section 48. That Section 48 makes an exemption that is impossible. You don't exempt. There is no situation in medicine where you can overrule or say the consent is waived. Consent is never waived. It could be transferred to the next of kin, but it's never waived in any situation. That is part of the Helsinki Declaration. So it's an international treaty. So we cannot make an exemption here in Nigeria. Then I also pointed out the loophole in Section 51. You cannot have the medical practitioner or the medical director of the hospital be the one to authorize that an organ is taken from someone to be given to another person. So it is wrong. You can't give what you don't have. That's a legal principle. Then I pointed out in Section 53 that it is also when you say reasonable cost for reimbursement of reasonable payment. What does that mean? Is 10 million naira reasonable payment for kidney? Some people will tell you that too. So you actually legalize the sale of organs in Section 53. Now, my colleague AGK had asked whether I was there when this cartel made a negotiation. The answer is yes, I was physically present in a deliberation. We were called as leaders of the private health sector to the headquarters of General Electric, the biggest company in the world, the leading medical company in the world. And we were told that Bill Gates offered them $2 billion to build 260 hospitals in Nigeria. So they want us to name our price so that we can be paid off, so we will leave the entire medical system, so that we will not be practicing medicine, we will not be practicing pharmacy, we will not be practicing laboratory science. In Nigeria, no Nigerian will be in the medical profession, and we should just name our price so we will be compensated. We couldn't
why would anyone do a thing like that?
This was done. I was present. It's not somebody told me. I was physically present before the executives of a General Electric with a number of other Nigerians in the health sector, in pharmacy, in laboratory sciences, and there were executives of GE from their headquarters in New York. This is the first time it's happening in the history of humanity. Nothing like this has ever happened. And I warned Ike Kurumado before the Senate, and Nigerians there will bear me witness, and many of them still remember. I told Ike Kurumado before the entire public hearing that he will be the first victim of this law he is standing for. Before everybody. Senator Kowa can also bear me witness because he was there. And I told him, it now seems like a prophecy come true. And this was exactly what happened. That the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria sold the entire organs of the Nigerian people, even when they knew that this was the situation. And that is very, very, very bad on us as a whole nation.
Very enrolled in Nigeria. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. I just pray that Baba tí mo fẹ́ mú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ jáde. This guy, mo play video ẹni. They're talking about something here as well. That particular video.
Withhold it. And in this, so the White House press secretary doesn't, despite the title, exist to convey information, but to withhold it. And in this White House, the press secretary bans any reporter who asks real questions. And that includes, and it especially includes, a man called Simon Atiba. Simon Atiba is the most famous, and we would say finest reporter in all Africa. And that means that Karine Jean-Pierre does not want to talk to him at all. She hasn't called on him in more than 4 months. Now the White House says that Karine Jean-Pierre will not meet with Simon Atiba until next year, which of course means never. Simon Atiba is with Today News Africa. He joins us tonight. Simon, thank you so much for coming up. So the White House press secretary doesn't...
I'm still looking for that video, but we'll come back to that later. So why don't we come back to Kogi State? Now, Dangote has been referencing to Kogi State as somebody that have taken the state cement, what he at Oyinbota lo lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn mo tẹ̀ rántí mọ́, what he catapulted sí Dangote cement. So my question to Oyinbo Kogi any 21 local government ló wà lọ́dọ̀ yín. Tí bá read the other last video yẹn ta need yẹn, I'll play it before we go. But this is just ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ wo Bill Gates yẹn tán as they are preparing tó sọ̀rọ̀. Kò sọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́mu kẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ kan rẹ́rìn you know, big man thing. Big man thing. Ṣé fi pé máa yìí pẹ̀lú ojú ẹ̀ bí ojú òwìwí ẹ̀rí wọn. Èló ni shares tí Dangote àti Bill Gates èló ni Bill Gates invest nínú Dangote. I just pity, you know, as many of our people. Hey, Jagaban! Oya kọ́kọ́ lọ juwọ́ sí wọn jàre. Bill Gates ni. Má japa ẹ̀ náà. African way ni ó là mọ́ ni. Ọjà gbọ́n kan tán sọ. Má jẹ́ kí n jókòó náà jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ kí Bill Gates náà bó ṣe ń ṣe lọ́jọ́. Hi. Hey, Dangote, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, picture, yeah, president, ìdúró sórí kìíní ẹ̀. Oya, ẹ gbójú sókè. Dílé aláké, oya, ẹ gbójú sókè, oya. Oya, thank you for coming. Oya, Dangote, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Dangote wá ṣàlàyé tó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún wa. Oya, yẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀, oya dàbọ̀. Bàbá Tinubu ẹ má ṣubú, ẹ ló ń dẹ̀gbẹ́ yìí. Kí ló tún bá sọ má yọ lẹ́nu? Ẹ ṣáà má tún sọ kankan níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ ṣáà ti sọ̀rọ̀ tó kẹ̀sẹ̀ ti sọ nínú ilé. Ó yá Dangote wá ṣàlàyé kílẹ̀ bá bọ̀ wá ṣàlàyé fún àwa.
It was a courtesy call. We came in for myself and my friend Bill Gates to.
Myself and my friend Bill Gates. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó dání ní Dangote ní lọ́wọ́. Ọmọ kí tí wọ́n náà bá mọ Bill Gates, inú àwọn máa dùn. But do you know the agenda? Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pharmaceutical, mo ṣe wá kíní ẹ̀rọ mo ṣe wà lórí Twitter handle Simon yẹn mo ṣe ń slow down wọn.
Congratulate him on his successful election into this office, and also to brief him of what Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Only to brief him about what Bill and Melinda are doing. Okay.
And Aliko Dangote Foundation.
Àti Aliko Dangote Foundation.
In Nigeria, and also committing to do more and to help, Nigeria, so that our health.
Area wo ló fẹ́ fi help wa gbóhùn sókè gbogbo tó ń sọ látẹ̀kàn yé mi. Area wo ló fẹ́ gbà help wa torí Nigeria need the help ìwọ ló máa bá wa ṣe. Ó dà pé fídíò ẹ̀ lélẹ̀ yá mo ti rí.
Sector will keep improving, which will turn out to be better for the whole citizens of the country.
So specifically, what should Nigerians be expect?
Specifically, kí ni ká expect? Gbogbo ẹjọ́ tó ń rò ẹjọ́ mo ti rí fídíò the other video tí mo wọ́ yá.
From these two great foundations.
Ó ní these two great foundation tó ti fi báyé wa jẹ́. Ẹ̀yin ará Kogi ǹjẹ́ gbọ́ pé Dangote cement yẹn kò jẹ́ Dangote cement ó yẹ kó jẹ́ Kogi cement ni. Former governor yín ló tà ó ti tà dànù. Wọ́n ti sọ di private business.
I've been getting quite a lot. All what they have to.
Wọ́n ti ń swallow owó kò ń ṣe léènì. Wàhálà ó yá Dangote ẹ̀ mú gbọ́ ẹ̀.
Start expecting is to expect.
But kí ló dé tí Bill Gates ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀? Ṣọ́pì pé ó yàbí Dangote dìde ìwọ ṣá má sọ̀rọ̀ Bill when we get there don't talk. Let me handle it. These are Nigerian media. Mo mọ bí ṣe ń fún wọn lówó. Mo mọ bí ṣe ń fún wọn ní brown envelope. Gbogbo question tó máa béèrè ní èmi àti wọ́n ti jọ sọ lẹ́yìn. Torí pé tí wọ́n bá lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ nísìnyí kọ́ ló máa bí ẹnì kan míì.
More. We expect more from the government in terms of cooperation.
Cooperation ló tún wá Dangote gbogbo cooperation ti wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ìwọ nìkan ni export, ìwọ nìkan ni importer, ìwọ nìkan náà ni o tún fẹ́ máa bá wa refine epo. Kí ló ń wá gàǹgà? Mo fẹ́ kí fídíò yẹn kó lọ tán bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo ti rí the other video tí mo wá lórí Bill Gates ni o eléyìí ṣe ń ṣó ibi táwọn èèyàn ti fídíò tí mo fẹ́ play fún ilé ẹja gbọ́n nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí báyìí ó yá Simon Ataba jàgbọ́n tó sọ pẹ̀lú Fox News.
37 minutes after the hour now, a climate official in Nigeria is bashing elite philanthropists like Bill Gates.
Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó sọ ṣe ẹ farabalẹ̀ àwa ń rí Bill Gates as èèyàn tí ó fẹ́ gbé foundation ẹ̀ láti wá fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ but àwọn kan bẹ̀ṣẹ̀. My continent is not your giant climate laboratory. Dr. Chukwu Emerit ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìtẹ̀lọ́kọ́ mú yẹn náà jáde ẹ̀jẹ̀ sáré Google orúkọ yẹn. Ẹ̀yin ará Kogi ọ̀dọ́ yìí la wà lénìí mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí Dr. kó báyìí pé Dr. tá à ń pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn náà ni Chukwu wuru mere ok Google ọmọ àlè ní ó gbé jáde ọ̀tọ̀ tún lélẹ́yìí o wàláì ẹyẹ kan mú jáde kakọ a sì ń padà bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ Dr. kìnìún Google ó máa gbé jáde padà so this is the doctor tí Fox News fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí but ẹja gbọ́n kan tó sì fẹ́ sọ náà ẹ jẹ́ ká rìn wọ́n padà.
37 minutes after the hour now, a climate official in Nigeria is bashing elite philanthropists like Bill Gates and George Soros, telling them to stop treating Africa as their own climate lab. He writes in an op-ed quote, several environmentalists last year presented Africa's leading climate negotiators with a bold idea to be able to re-engineer the climate itself, either by dimming the sun's rays or reflecting sunlight away from the earth, and that poor countries might have the most to gain. I strongly object to the idea that Africa should be turned into a testing ground for their use. Simon Ateba, Chief White House Correspondent for Today News Africa, joins me now. Simon, great to have you on the program. Do the people of Africa, do you trust George Soros and Bill Gates to have Africa?
Ṣé gbọ́ bó ṣe ń bí pé ìjọ trusted but àwa nísìnyí àtúrí pẹ̀lú Bọ́lá Tinubu jagab ẹlòmíì ò ní understanding how the world is operating for the part pé wọ́n ti rí Bill Gates pẹ̀lú Dangote tó tún wá lọ sọ́dọ̀ Bill Tinubu àwọn super power mẹ́ta but mọ̀ the hidden agenda yẹn làwọn kan ń jà fún lamẹ́ríkà ló ń jà fún ní UK bẹ́ẹ̀ wà náà ṣe sọ pé ẹjẹ́ àgbòmìnira ká mọ kí ni bá fẹ́ bá wa ṣe nǹkan ká mọ tó fẹ́ ṣe kò ń ṣe tí wọn àti tọ́mọ wa ṣe nínú kọ̀rọ̀ táà ní mo tán ṣe ẹjẹ́ àgbọ̀n kan tí bọ̀bọ̀ ìfẹ́ sọ.
His best interests at heart.
Ẹgbọ́rọ̀ yẹn is Bill Gates coming at best interest at heart. Ó fún wa lówó níbí Melinda and Guinea Gate Foundation Dangote Foundation tí Nàìjíríà bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa ni why do we need all this foundation in the first place? A ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa a project like Ajaokuta tí Ajaokuta bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni why do we need Dangote why do we need Bill Gates to come and be helping and funding all this foundation under foundation sílẹ̀ rẹpẹtẹ máa fún yín ní peanut tó bá mọ tó ń pè peanut ọmọ ránjẹ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ peanut lélẹ̀ wọ́n fún yín ní peanut àwọn gbé gidi dání sọ́wọ́ give me like a practical and by peanut Ajaokuta should have given us everything we needed as Yoruba people or as Nigerians. Why do we need a Dangote, foundation to be giving us, this peanut? Why do we need that? It's because àwa tí à ń sọ fún yín lè ní pé àwọn foundation tẹ̀ ń rí it is all the reason why they don't want Nigeria to move forward. Because if Nigeria is moving forward, why do you need a Dangote foundation and a Melinda and Bill Gates foundation? Look at pẹ̀lú yẹn. Let's continue.
Soros and Bill Gates to have Africa's best interests at heart.
Thank you for having me. Of course not, especially because of what happened in 1996 in Nigeria.
Farabalẹ̀, níbo ni wọ́n wà? Ìwọ tó ti bí ní 1996. Àwọn sọ pé nísìnyí pé Bill Gates ó ti dáràn ní 1996 ní Nàìjíríà. Orí Bill Gates ni ní Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n náà ti dáràn ní 1996. That was a year tẹ́mi kúrò ní secondary school. Ìwọ tó ṣẹ̀ bí ní 2000. Wọ́n sọ pé torí orí Bill Gates as somebody ọ̀tẹ̀. I don't even know how we got to these, gullible Yoruba people. Tẹ́ bá ti ráwọn òyìnbó yẹn ti ara yẹn máa gbọ̀n gbogbo nǹkan máa ṣe yín. Ẹ ti rí Bill Gates àti Dangote. Ara yín gbọ̀n. Àwọn ilé náà sọ fún yín láti Amẹ́ríkà pé Bill Gates wo lẹ́ ń pọ́nlé tó yẹn. Bill Gates ìranu wo lẹ́ ń pọ́nlé. Bill Gates ní 1996 tó test oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Mo kí ẹ Colitech, mo kí gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ wà lórí ètò. Arákùnrin sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé Bill Gates wo lẹ́ ń pọ́nlé. Ó yá bá mi sọ̀rọ̀, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Thank you for having me. Of course not, especially because of what happened in 1996 in Nigeria when Pfizer went to test.
Ìlú wo ló pè? Ṣé sùúrù, mo ń gbé wá díẹ̀ ni. Ṣé Togo ló pè? Ṣé Sierra Leone ló pè? Wọ́n wá test kankan ní 1996. Èyí ẹ̀ tẹ́mi ṣe tán ní secondary school. Ibo ni wọ́n wà? Ìwọ tó bá wà láyé, àgbàlagbà ni yín ni, ọmọdé ni yín ni. Gbogbo kiri ya àmọ̀ nígbà yẹn. Akọ́rin tó òyìnbó máa dé, àwọn máa sàárì tẹ̀lé wọn. Ìgbègè. Inú láàbù wọn dẹ̀ lọ ti máa test gbogbo tó fẹ́ test. Wọ́n á kọ̀ gún ọmọ ẹ̀ lábẹ́rẹ́ ní kíkìkì. Ìtó bá kú, wáyà ní kan lọ sí. Wọ́n tẹ̀ ní pay ransom, wọ́n ní pay compensation. And this is what we are saying to our people that àwa ti wà ní state débi pé nísìn exposure tá à fún yìí èmi kúkú kọ́ ni arákùnrin tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí arákùnrin tẹ̀ rí ó ń bá wọn fa ìtò tán lẹ̀ nínú White House ó ń bá wọn fa sùrùtù gidi nínú White House bọ̀bọ̀ tẹ̀ rí bọ̀bọ̀ yìí bó ṣe wà yìí ní 1996 ó ń sọ ìtàn 1996 ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi tó ọ̀bá yìí ti bẹ̀ẹ́ ní 1996 tí mo dẹ̀ sọ fẹ́ pé Yorùbá nation ni kò dáa ìwọ wá sọ fẹ́ mi pé Nàìjíríà máa dáa orí ẹ̀ ti gbálẹ̀ èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ náà èmi gan wà ní secondary mo ṣe ṣetán ní 1995 mo ti dé phase 2 kí lèmi mọ̀ nígbà yẹn ṣé pẹ̀lú pé ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá dé táwọn ìwé yẹn bá dé níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn wọn ń jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó bá sọ lẹ́nu NTA wèrè yẹn ló máa ṣe voice over lé lórí akọni Bill Gates ní Nàìjíríà kí ló wá ṣe gangan àmọ́ listen láṣẹ wàá ní understanding pé so gbogbo àwọn òyìnbó tó ń wá léra kí ni purpose tó fi ń wá ṣé fún proper reason ni wọ́n jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe Ajaokuta ìyẹn is between Russia and UK. Why is Bill Gates not going to Rwanda and testing for Gigama people with experimental drugs? 1996, what in test and hit that money? Only God knows how long. Ẹ wá ní kò ní lówó, ó máa lówó náà pẹ̀lú Microsoft nígbà tó yẹ pé monopoly ni. Let's listen, go back again.
A drug on children, killing 11 children.
Eléyìí sọ pé 11, we are sure kó máa ju 11 lọ. Bill Gates lè ṣàárín yẹn, ṣé bíbá dàbí Amẹ́ríkà? Tàbádẹ̀ wo plate number yẹn, I'm sure pé plate number Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. Tàbádẹ̀ wo aircraft tó gbé dọ́là nìyẹn, N608WM. Tó bá dẹ̀ ń ṣe Nàìjíríà, somewhere in Africa. And so why is it that we don't want to reason when we are now saying that to be able to control all these because àwọn ò fẹ́ jẹ́ ká control. So people like us, that's all right, we are like a threat to them. Oh, like it, just à ń ṣàlàyé fún yín bit by bit. Ẹ wá long to take me láti lọ mú fídíò jáde again nísìn. Orí Kogi state náà la ṣe wà. A lè sọ tán lénìí. I am just 12 minutes away from the program. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, mo kí ẹ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Mixlr. Cromwell Plan B, ó ti kọ̀rọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ sáré kà. A man was killed this morning at Iwo Road area. He came out from UBA rather, with a bag of money, and a bike guy and a bastard is waiting at the other road. The man will cross too. After, give me your bag, and the man refused. The rest is story. Blood on the floor. After 2 releases, may so continue to rest. Only lè ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní o. 11 minutes ago ni Cromwell Plan B bá post ilé sórí Mixlr wa. Ó ní arákùnrin kan lọ gbowó ní UBA. Láàárọ̀ yìí ni o, àárọ̀ Monday ọjọ́ Ajé. Ó ti di ẹni tí Ọlọ́run pè. Mo sọ ní látàná pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé crime rate tó máa lọ sókè kò ní jẹ́ kékeré. Ìyá wa Bọ́ládé ní I can remember one time Bola Ahmed Tinubu say he would like to be like Bill Gates. Me, I think this na juju. And we are here saying to our people, ṣé gbogbo tí à ń sọ yìí, ṣé kò ní understand, kò ní mínísì yín ni? Ṣé kò ní mínísì yín ni? Èmi kúkú kọ́ ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn pé Bill Gates ó wá ṣe nǹkan kan báyìí ní Áfíríkà o ní 1996 o, kí lèmi gan mọ̀ ní 1996? yàtọ̀ sí pé mo mọ̀ pé mọ̀mísí mi ti travel wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fi owó Western Union ránṣẹ́ èmi ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ gidi ló ń ṣe ní London wàá dẹ̀ send aṣọ wálé wá send bàtà pọ̀ ìyà ọ̀jẹ̀ wá wọ́n ní kí n lọ gbé ní phase 2 lọ́dọ̀ grandma mò ń gbádùn kò ń ṣe ilé face my face ni mò ń gbé ìgbà tí mo dé London ní 98 èmi náà rí pé rẹ́rẹ́ ti rún o rẹ́rẹ́ ti ṣe kí ni ó ti rún ibo ni wọ́n wà ní 1996 tí arákùnrin ń gbé history 1996 jáde tí wọ́n wá ń sọ pé shut up give me Bill Gates is a good guy ọ̀dẹ̀ dàgbọ́n tó kù tán àti fẹ́ máa lọ́lé.
Many of them blind.
àwọn kan tó wà blind ṣé Bill Gates kó wọn lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà láti lọ tọ́jú wọn àbádọ́ wọn sí Nàìjíríà bí kò pa wọn dànù 11 people died and we not about 11 multiply by 3.
So the new technology, the geoengineering, solar geoengineering is being seen with a lot of suspicions. People don't trust it. Everyone in Africa wants to cut greenhouse emission, wants to cool the planet, but people don't simply trust, using new technologies to test them in Africa.
Have you been told what the long-term impacts of this geoengineering would be?
No one knows exactly. That's what happened.
Benny, there's another one. Don't put in the mosquito factory. I posted this some few weeks back. Breeding mosquito for influencing African DNA. That mo video yàn mi já. Àwọn yẹn breed, wọ́n breed àwọn mosquito yẹn. Àwa ní mosquito ń ṣe kà fún yàn. Àwọn kan tó wá ń breed ẹ̀. Àwa dá wọn síta. Wọ́n lọ máa mẹ̀jẹ̀. We are in a big mess.
In 1996, going against the FDA, they began to administer Trovan drug on children, and they killed several of them, and they were lied to. So people in Africa, those I've spoken to, especially about this new technology, have not been told anything. And also, recently we had the Chinese flying balloons flying across the US, and people don't trust having balloons across African aircraft releasing particles to cool the planet or reflect the light back to the skies, and people don't trust it. People don't have enough.
Journalists,
all those George Soros and Bill Gates and all others to try those new technologies in their own countries first before taking them to Africa.
It's a great point about the balloons. I didn't think about that. Really interesting point.
Sherikpe, that is why we are saying that we are a breed alone. That ẹgbọ́n tó ìbọn yẹn náà sọjọ́ láti ó wọ́n tẹ̀ ronú lọ́bẹ̀. Ẹ̀kọ́ máa rí aircraft mi tó máa sáré ní Nàìjíríà ẹ̀mọ́ tó ń release. I pity our people.
More than 400 senior climate scientists have basically said we should not be doing this geoengineering. So why are Bill Gates and George Soros?
Ṣé geoengineering ni Bill Gates ṣe ń bá Dangote ṣe pàdípàdí tó fi lọ bá Tinubu nísìn? Ẹ ṣáà má jẹ́ kó gbé wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó ní ages mo mà kí yín ẹ̀kọ́ àtàrọ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó gbé geoengineer wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá o Tinubu ẹgbẹ́ sílẹ̀ sí north. Gbogbo tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ test geoengineering yín ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ kó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Haúsá lọ́hùn.
Pushing it so hard in Europe.
Link wọn lẹ ń béèrè o.
I think as humans we try to play God. We try to change the planet itself even when we.
Ẹ̀rí Bill Gates ara ń wò yẹn pàápàá. Kò ń ṣe Bill Gates nìkan ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn o. Òun náà láwọn tí wọ́n jọ ń ṣe lẹ́yìn ọ̀tọ̀ òun ló ń gbójú jáde torí òun la mọ̀ as a philanthropist. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí Dangote ní Bill Gates and Melinda in a foundation tó ń ṣe jàǹbá fún yín ní díẹ̀díẹ̀.
And personally, I like research, and everyone in Africa wants to see more research, climate research, health research. But when the technology is not proven, when we don't really understand the consequences and the impact, people are suspicious, and people are deeply religious in Nigeria also.
Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter mi mo ti repost ẹ̀, but màá share link ẹ̀ nísìn. Ẹ jẹ́ n gbé lọ sórí YouTube.
So if you want to move a new technology in Africa, you need to take into consideration the
post to the comment section and tó bá fẹ́ click lórí.
When she went to Africa recently and she began to tell them about the iPhones.
So let's leave that. Morimani náà ní sìn, ó dárúkọ ẹ̀. So I'm a research more later. But is Professor Chukwumereje Okereke. Is a globally recognized founder. We are really in a big mess, you know. A global recognized leading scholar on climate governance and international development with expertise in climate justice, national green growth transition in Africa. Because mo rí pé there will be a kilo one to Bill Gates don't fact. Let's go to the news. African climate expert tells Bill Gates and George Soros his continent is not their climate guinea pig. Grandma. Busy ma. Ìyálóde ìjà náà ọ̀tà fàdúrà mo kí mọ́mọ́ wa náà tèmi my beautiful aunty mo kí grandma lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Climate are telling George Soros àti Bill Gates pé ọ̀dọ̀wọ́ kì í ṣe guinea pig. I'll share this one as well for those that wants to go and read further. We can't finish everything today because it's only 4 minutes. So what I'm just going to do now, I should padà wá sórí àwọn eléyìí ọjà ọ̀pọ̀ díẹ̀ níbẹ̀.
Has written more or spoken more about this issue than our next guest. Thrilled to have him. Robert Bryce, the host of the Power Hungry podcast, and he's author of A Question of Power, Electricity and the Wealth of Nations.
Ẹ kọ sílẹ̀ àbí kẹ́ screenshot ẹ̀. A Question of Power.
You can also find his work on Substack. Robert, thank you so much. Try to break this all down to this because you say this isn't about climate, but class. Explain what that means.
Well, I think that's exactly right, Jason. And you've commented on this before. The average price of a new EV, the AP just had a piece on this just yesterday, is $58,000. Who's buying EVs? It's the Benz and Beamer crowd. These numbers are very well known. The average household income for an EV buyer is $140,000 a year. That's twice the national average household income. So this is very much a class issue, and it's not just about the affordability of the vehicles themselves. It's about the upgrades that to the grid.
And they want to live too much because what's in divert away, and I don't want us to. So what we're gonna do? Etigbo Bill Gates on the river.
We'll also do more on our side.
How do you see the climate being opened up by the president? Talk about the new forex regime and all of that.
All is great. Things are, going well. We even congratulated him on the removal of subsidy, and I think he's doing a great job.
So what do you expect?
Well, I expect that it's going to be better for everybody. There will be more money now to put into education, into health, infrastructure, and other areas. And
every reaction Bill Gates, Mary. Huh? Anyway, anything this is how far we can go this afternoon. It might be no way, we can't push more than this. Appreciation to each and every one of you on the platform, as usual. This is where we educate ourselves, including myself. I learn a lot as we do the programs, and we also learn as well. Thank you so much, Silver Gold, King of the Boy, you said. Kindly show us the video of the mosquito. I didn't watch that. That will be in the next program. We won't be able to show it right now, but I feel sure for you. Very, very, I was watching it, I was like, wow, one breed the mosquito. Mokimu Gwale can say, Bomi Shitu. Amaomi, Ìyálóde grandma Mokiyima, Mokimomi, Moki our comfort, Mokibubai, Babawa, Yawa, and those silent listeners. Director caught my site here as well. Kunle Bakers, Tony AJs, from the west to the east to the continent, wherever you are. Project Wolenime, Kapatu, Ajaokuta Niye. It's a complete waste of time. They shouldn't even have started it. Moke Free to Team, Moke Maxwell Ade Benji, and the rest of those tí mo bá dárúkọ yín ẹ má fi ṣèbínú. Appreciation, Dennis, I can cite you there. Mokenti, Nigeria, it's a lot of money, guys, you are spending every day just to come and listen to us and the rest as well. You know, it's not easy, but we hope and pray that things will go in accordance. Program tí mo ṣe lóru àná ẹ lọ wò lórí àwọn bòròró. You know, like I said, I wish everyone good luck there in Nigeria. Yoruba Nation is where we stand. This is again non-violent. And when it's going to get to that section, we would have exhausted as much of what we need to exhaust. Bill Gates in Sheikh Korea, yes, you know, to retain a bonus and I went to look at my go left one. It will figure out our World Bank. Child film access the project in Mufeshi. My cocoa released $50 million when $50 million then free. Oh, this one kill them on discuss. Let's go, Moria. If I can make it out again, I will. If I don't, just keep an eye on the timeline. Hello, our old videos were, and continue to also remind yourself that nobody can help us. We have to help ourselves. Yoruba Nation is the final solution. Kò sí àní-àní, kò sí negotiation, kò sí anything. Àbá Tinubu jà, òun náà dẹ̀ bá wa jà. We are saying that our right is inalienable, and that right will be respected just as other countries are doing the same. Whatever we are doing is not against any law. It's also our right. Before we go, Kogbele Seti, Bia Ofi, Isho Seti.
Other countries were refused at first, but we have to remember, and this is a really important point, that self-determination is an inalienable international right and a law as well. And other countries will recognise Scotland's democratic choice expressed at the ballot box. They will recognise that because that is the route that many other countries have taken in order to become independent. And just to make that point, that international law is very pragmatic on that point, so we should have confidence in that.
Self-determination is not a coup d'etat. Self-determination is our right. Tinubu will respect that. All our politicians will respect that. It might take them time to sink in, but the more we are telling them, the more it will eventually sink in. Have a very good afternoon, good evening, and I'm sure you are all having a great time with the weather out there. Next week, there will be a strike in UK. I'm on RMT. In the UK, in case they ban Lolori train, like me, I always love to know whether they are going on strike or not. The doctors will be going out on strike again, the junior doctors. I know some of us have appointment and all that. 5 days in a row. We will catch up with them outside during those times as well. That is the news I can give you from UK. But keep an eye on our community on the YouTube. I post a lot on there. On Twitter, and register from Twitter. On Instagram, also on the link there, and Facebook as well. Facebook is reducing our message going out, but it's not a problem. It's over jáde, not jáde. One thing is, Nigeria gangan ni wàhálà máa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n support the government wọn, tẹ́bí máa pa yín, tẹ́ máa pariwo síta, èmi á bá yín pẹ̀lú ojú dáadáa. Àmì rẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ó dàbọ̀.
Kashi
pátápátá ẹ wà lórí program yìí àtẹ̀yìn màmá mi pátápátá àtẹ̀yìn mídíà pátápátá àtẹ̀yìn àǹtí mi àtẹ̀yìn brọ́dà mi mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri ayé pátápátá àtọmọdé àtàgbà mo kí pé ẹ kú àdúró tì mí Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tó lọ́run tí ọba mi dúró tì tọmọtọmọ orí mi wú inú mi dùn ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ọkàn mi balẹ̀ pé mo lọ́lọ́run mo dẹ̀ ní gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nǹkan tí mo ṣe mi ò kábàámọ̀ pé mo sì nǹkan ṣe inú mi dùn gan ayọ̀ mi kún lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ orí pé ohun tẹ́ ẹ ṣe ó wú mi lórí ó jọ mí lójú gan bí ayé ṣe gbógun tọ́ta gbógun tí wọ́n ń wá gbogbo ọ̀nà kí àwọn sáà gbógun ti nǹkan tá à ń ṣe bọ̀ ẹ̀ ń kí mi láyà pé kí n fọkàn mi balẹ̀ Ọlọ́run bẹ lẹ́yìn mi ẹ̀ sì wà lẹ́yìn mi Ọlọ́run bá tó wá láyé tọ́lọ́run kò ní padà lẹ́yìn tọmọtọmọ kò ní padà lẹ́yìn nígbà tí Ọlọ́run tí torí mo mọ̀ pé ó ń sọmọ lóòkú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àní símọ̀ ya ẹ̀ mo pé Yorùbá máa bọ́ lóko ẹrú bá ṣe Ọlọ́run nígbà tó lọ́mọ wá ṣe tí bàbá wa bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè àtàwọn bàbá tí wọ́n wà lẹ́yìn wa tí wọ́n bá ń na fúláàgì Yorùbá nation sókè pé adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó fún wa lórílẹ̀-èdè wa wọn ò ní wẹ́nì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa tì láti Ọlọ́run pé mo fi kí Ọlọ́run mo fi tọrọ àforíjì fún àwọn bọ́dà mi bàbá Táyà àti ọmọ mi Saheed pé kí Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run kó bá mi ṣàforíjì fún ọ ìjọ Ọlọ́run tì mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó ń ṣe láyé lórílẹ̀‐èdè Yorùbá tán ò rí ṣe kí Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run kó bá ń fún àwọn ọmọ wọn àtàwọn ìyàwó wọn ṣe wọ́n sì lè jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Mo tọrọ fún àwọn tí wọ́n kó lọ́nu ilé náà láwọn tó dúró ṣinṣin wọn ò yẹsẹ̀ Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run kò ní padà lẹ́yìn tí wọn náà tí àyẹ̀dẹ́ àjẹgbé fún wọn láwọn tó dúró tó yẹ pé tọkàntọkàn ni wọ́n fi jìyà yẹn wọ́n sì dúró tì sínú àwọn padà kò ní jìyà yẹn lájẹgbé gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ wa pátápátá gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ lọ́gbà nítorí tí bá ní mo dá ẹgbẹ́ mélòó mo fẹ́ dárúkọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin tó náwó lé mi lórí láti lé dóko home and abroad tẹ náwó tẹ náírà tẹ ṣe wàhálà tẹ jẹ kó rẹyìn tẹ jẹ kí n mọ̀ pé mo lọ́lọ́run mo sì léyìn ẹsẹ̀ ẹ ń bẹ lẹ́yìn mi àlọ́lọ́run ní padà lẹ́yìn gbogbo yìí. Ọlọ́run pé nígbà tẹ́ yẹ dúró tì mí èmi náà dúró ṣinṣin mi ní dalẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láyé mo dúró ẹsẹ̀ ní ọyẹ mo wà pẹ̀lú yín títí tá a fi jọ débi tá a lọ mi ní yẹsẹ̀ mi dẹ̀ ní dalẹ̀ yín láṣẹ Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ ṣe gan Ọlọ́run ní padà lẹ́yìn.
Koiki Media bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Shalom. Thank you so much. Bye for now.